Dreaming. I'm your DM Starwind and about to take dancing lights through another day in the world of Elsperia. Join us as we continue to discover and explore the new lands of Perinthia as we enter into the Perinthia arc. Let's see here. First we got Leo the Half-Orc, Light of Illumina's Paladin.
Hey guys.
We got Xerath the Half-Elf Assassin Rogue.
Evening, guys.
Insidaria, a Divine Warlock of Illumina. Everybody loves that woman. Not you.
Yeah.
Illumina.
That's not me. This is Luna. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not you. Well, I don't know. Now I think about it. You do hand out a lot of treats.
Treats to everything. Yeah.
At any rate, Oscar, the half-elf draconic sorcerer. Hello, Oscar. Oscar.
Didn't you say you needed to go out?
I don't
I
remember.
came back. Oh no.
I don't know. We were getting started. And then Borden, who is currently MIA at the moment. So hopefully they'll show up shortly as I get into the what happened last time. So last we left off, amazingly, Xerath is back with the party. I don't know how the hell that happened, but there he is. But in the faraway lands of Perinthia, a sending was sent out, and barely able to get the full message, Oscar, in his charmed state no less, has a new worry. Borden manages to break out of the charm with the new saving throw due to the current stress situation that's been added to the party. Passage for a way to Perinthia begins as Borden goes to find their rogue friend and bring him home safely. First, Borden visits the church where he discovered an old acquaintance of his, Father Arum, who ran his orphanage and was his father figure pretty much. Catching up with him and the priest of the church, Borden asks for help to heal his friends. Not wanting to introduce them just yet to Father Arum and his Jubilee likeness, he gains 3 tokens of the church and a debt to pay it back when the church comes asking for a favor. These 3 tokens are greater restoration that can be activated to fix his friends, and after an encounter with Xerath in some espionage-like manners, he slowly starts to get everyone back together, healing everybody from their vampiric charm, simply telling his friends these coins are blessings to help aid them in their trip. They easily use them without worry, and the party is no longer charmed. This allows Xerath to return to the party safely, and for the group to gather at the bookshop in the north part of town, where Oscar secured passage to Perinthia. 500 gold later, and a trip through a magic circle, the party finds themselves in a strange magic shop. And that's where we left off. Still kind of MIA on a few people here, but as you kind of been in this shop for a minute and you're fixing to make your way out, I don't know if we actually stepped outdoors, but you get a sense that the air is a little bit more drier. Like you don't feel that humid air that you're normally used to, and it's a lot warmer. Because now you're further south from where you're from, and you know the winter months are coming in, but this is just a little bit warm. What do you guys wish to do as we're getting started here? I believe Oscar had something going on. Are you here yet? Oscar.
Why is no one on? Come on.
I know, this is getting ridiculous. I'm trying to do stuff. Hey, your turn.
Sorry.
Are you paying attention? Are you here now?
I just got back.
12 o'clock sharp, friends. 12 o'clock. At any rate. So yeah, you guys were stepping out into the open air, I believe, when we left off last. And, you know, like I was just telling them, the air's drier here. It's a lot warmer. You from another character kind of understand the setting. And being from here, this is one of your homes. This is a big city that's close to your home anyway. And last we left off, I believe you did a skyride to kind of get somebody's attention, I believe.
Yeah.
And what do we want to do with that? As your group is now gathered outside, and just to kind of paint the scenery, like you're on this like the road's made out of brick, layered, And then there's like little sidewalks that are kind of going along there. Off to your left, as you're walking out of this magical shop, about 2 or 3 buildings down, there's a giant, like, hospice of sorts. And across the street from there, you can see like a bakery, some other random shops as well. And looking down towards the west lane, leading, to your right, across the street, you could see a familiar tavern, Oscar. And you know this tavern to be the Bear Tavern, which is also connected to the Bear Claw Inn. On the streets, you actually see a little bit of commotion as 2 Pseudo dragons are running away from a crazed old man who's trying to catch them. Kids are kind of laughing at him as they're kind of near the stall where he was, and then other people are just, trying to go about their business. You see many tieflings wandering around this area, a few humans, a few half-elves, maybe 1 or 2 gnomes, but like the smaller races don't seem dominant in this area. And then out of the corner of your eye, you could see devils just walking around normally, cloaked, but you could definitely make out like devil horns or wings that are just kind of protruding from the back of their capes. But yeah, this is Perinthia. Welcome to Calvona. Feel free to pick up the slack and help me stop talking.
Is it okay if I try to help corral the dragons that are running away from the old man?
Well, you can if you want. Do you want to tell your party about what you're about to do?
Hey everyone, I'm going to try to help get the dragons for that old man. And I'll start sprinting.
Get back here! You come back here! You just escaped out of your cage! Come on down! Oh, get down! Come here! Come on! And he's just kind of waving as they're kind of floating above his head. How do you plan on helping him corral these as you approach?
Can I jump up and try to grab them?
They're kind of floating about 15 feet in the air, so no.
Could I climb a building?
Yes, why don't you do that? Give me an athletics check.
The acrobatics? Okay.
No, you're pulling your weight up to get up the building. That's not acrobatics. You try to climb on top of this barrel and you try to grab the wall, and then all of a sudden the barrel comes out from under you and you fall flat on your butt, and the old man's like, "Are you okay, miss?" Oh, they got away. I'm very sorry, dear, but I have to get going. And he just starts sprinting after the 2 Pseudo dragons, leaving you there with your butt on the ground.
I'm going
Why
to
am I so useless?
Go ahead,
I'm
Oscar.
going to start to head toward the end with it, or try to get everyone to head toward the end, and that way we have a place set up for tonight, at the very least.
Alright. So, yeah, you see
I'll walk back to the party.
Alright. And yeah, you're walking through here, this busy, crowded street, and get onto the sidewall here. And then, make it to this Bear Claw Inn, which is attached to the tavern itself, but they kind of function separately. And then there's also a big, giant stable that's behind this place as well. Let me see here. I have notes. Let me take a look at these. There's a half-elf receptionist at the Bear Tavern, but I don't see what I made for the other one. I guess she runs the whole joint. So, yeah. There's a woman who's attending the desk, as it were, as you enter into the inn. And then you see the tavern on the other side of her, and there's this stairway that leads upward. And she kind of stares over to you all, half-elf woman. Good day. Welcome to the Bear Claw Inn. How can I help you?
I'd like 5 rooms for the night.
5 rooms. Well then, she's gonna make an insight check just to see how much she could charge you. $5 gold, please.
And that does include 4 meals, a warm bath brought to us.
You can't wash yourself, you can't feed yourself, is that a problem?
Oh, I'm just worrying why you're charging 5 gold, madam.
Well, you are in Calvona. Lots and lots of people come here to visit. I mean, I could always check these 5 rooms off to somebody else. What do you want to do?
Oh yeah. Here you go. I give her a bear claw.
Oh, I'm charmed. Still 5 gold.
For everyone?
5 gold, not each, just, yeah, for everybody. Basically a gold a room.
Going to say 2 gold, since 5 seems to be a very steep choice.
As you're all kind of clamoring over her, and you kind of get the sense that she's trying to get a little bit more out of this, go ahead and make a persuasion, Oscar, since you're the last one to say something about it. No, I think we're going to go with 4 gold. I'll do it for 4. I'll give you that much.
I'll put up 4 gold.
Very well. Here's your keys. 201, 202, 203, 204. And she's handing these keys with the big old label with the actual numbers she's naming off. And 205. Now, can I get you to register? And she'll fold the book over with a bunch of names and you know, just asking you to register.
I write down it's Cinderella Firebound.
Alright. But as you're all kind of doing that, you hear heavy footsteps coming towards the door. And the door kind of opens and there's this large figure in the frame. He kind of kneels his head down looking in. Hey, is there an Oscarin in here? Can't quite fit through this door. If you're in here,
Hey.
I'll be over by the stable. Oh, hey!
I will meet you over there very soon.
Alright, make it quick. Got a busy day today. And he kind of walks out, and you get a smell of cigar smoke as he's walking away. But a huge figure just marches off, and you guys are showing your rooms. You're all registering in. Anything else you guys want to do before we continue?
So, you know that guy, Oscar?
He's a business acquaintance. We did, our family did some trading with him a while back.
What type of trade?
Various things.
Yes, let's keep it at that. Alright, so, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation. Is there anything else you want to do in the end before checking up with your friend?
She'll help us find her sister.
Yes,
Well, let's
hopefully.
see what he has to say.
Alright, tell me what we're doing so I can plan it out for you.
We move to the stables.
Yeah.
As you make your way over to the stables, you see the giant figure dressed in like a big brown cape of sorts and just kind of dangling over him just kind of loosely. And he's just having a quick word with the half-orc stable hand that's there. Yeah, totally understand that. If that's what you're looking for, that's what you gotta go after, my friend. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, they're having a little conversation there as you approach. Ah! Oscarin! Who's your friends?
They're my company from Timor.
Ah, so things are going well up there in Timor, huh? How's the research?
Good.
Good. Well, I take it there's a reason we should chat, and I shouldn't be surprised you're here. Takes a big swig of his cigar as he kind of looks on. And what you're looking
Why is
at...
that?
Yeah, and you see this face outline coming out of the big brown cape of sorts. It's big horns, and the wings are kind of folded underneath it, and he just kind of bellows out. I think you're here about your sister, are you not?
Yes. Do you know what happened?
Well, first, since we're friends, my condolences about your dad. But your sister, she's a tough one, I'd give you that. She, picked up the depth, if you know what I mean. Fortunate for you, I was the handler that day. Which was actually earlier today. But if it puts your mind at ease, she's got a new home. I think you'll like her caretaker.
Can you tell me where that is?
Jeez, let's see here. What did she say to me? She said to me before you got handed off that I'll be expecting you, and mentioned some retreat in the Whispering Woods, I think it was. It's kind of hazy as I was walking by, but yep, she's
I want to insight check that comment. That stuff is hazy.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
13.
As far as you can tell, he's telling you the truth. Seems like a reasonable devil. And he kind of pulls his head down a little bit to reveal more of his features, and you definitely see what's hiding underneath this cowl of sorts is a pit fiend. And he just kind of casually having this conversation with Oscar, and like nothing different. But for certain people in the party, you know, from where you're from, this is weird. This is like way weird. This is like not the best thing in the world. But here it seems to be well accepted. Anyway, he kind of continues on. It's like, yeah, took care of your sister. Good thing I did it and not the other buffoons. Damn shame, though. But, hey, contract's a contract, is it not? By the way, he kind of looks towards Insidari as his eyes narrow and he kind of smiles a bit. Is your soul for sale, dear? Would you be interested in an infernal contract?
No.
Are you sure?
No,
You look like you could use something. There's definitely good business for your kind down below.
no, the light of Illumina is what guides me. I don't need anything else.
Kind of spits half awkwardly to the ground. It's like, yeah, light of Illumina. Well then, let's see. Well, my friend, I guess that's all we have much to talk about. Is there anything else you need from your good old friend Kalik?
Out of character, I'm pretty sure I know where Whispering Woods is, right?
Make a history check to see if you ever been directly near there. I'm pretty sure you have. With advantage. Oh yeah, you've actually seen this road as it goes into the Whispering Woods, and it's like the only main path that leads into it, so you got a good idea of where to start looking. You know this is about 10 miles south of Calvona. But yeah, you got a direction, you got a heading, you got a good understanding of what's going on here, so there you go. Kalik just kind of continues to look over the group. What about the rest of you? Wanna sell your souls today for a little infernal contract?
What's in it for me?
Oh, it depends whatever you want, my friend. We can write up terms. Just, I get your soul when you pass away. Are you willing to suffer hell for something that you might need now?
Oh, that's not a very good selling point there. Maybe you should not mention that till later after the contract has been signed.
Yes, but there's so many desperate fools in this world. I'm not worried if people aren't interested. There's always somebody who's gonna listen. But anyway, Oscar, your sister, she seems to be, well, she was scared, of course, when I put the collar on, but I don't know, it looked like she did something beforehand, so I assume that's why you're here?
Yes.
Oh.
She contacted me.
Well, good luck talking to her new master. Some blind woman, by the way. It's kind of weird. But, hey.
Okay, and did you get a name to the buyer?
Yeah, he's kind of sitting there. Purposely, maybe not purposely, just kind of tapping his chin, thinking about it. Just doesn't seem to be coming to me. Wait, I got it. Marquise. You've heard of the Marquise family, have you not? There are nobles in this district, right? Apparently, I mean, the only reason I know it's because there was talk in the whispers behind her back about that's the Fallout girl from the Marquise family. Like they disowned her or something. But you know, she's come a long way from what I understand. But that's all I got for you, friend. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about. Maybe you're ready to sell your soul, perhaps?
Never.
You can't blame me for trying, right? I gotta go up the street here and talk to some tieflings and see if I can't talk them out of their souls. Otherwise, if you need anything else, you know how to reach me.
I'm just going to leave him.
Alright, so he'll furl his wings, throw his hood back over, and he'll start walking past, and he'll purposely bump into Insidaria and be like, "Oh, sorry about that, dear." And then continue on his way.
Here's a scone.
He doesn't pay any attention to
Did
the
I
scope.
see him take anything from her?
Make a perception check. What you saw was him just purposely walking into her just to get like touch contact near her and just kind of, I don't know, maybe he was like being intimidating in his own way, trying to, but at the same time he wasn't stealing anything from her, no. But he continues up the street, and before long he's gone, and you're kind of left with this half-orc who's tending to horses nearby.
Let's go to the Whispering Wood.
Yeah. Well, we're already here, so let's get transport.
Good day.
How far away are those woods?
About 5 miles.
Okay, that's doable.
Yeah, and you see you see the half-orc tending to some horses and everything, and some carriages are lined up here. What do you want to do?
Approach him and ask for a carriage
Huh?
or a wagon.
You got the
Not
rent
just
of...
4 horses, that would be faster.
Yeah, you're kind of negotiating what you want here. So we're going to go with 4 horses then? He's going to tell you there's a deposit fee of about 25 gold. And upon return, you'll get 15 of it back.
Why is that so high?
Not many horses make it back.
20 with the promise of the majority of these horses making it back.
That doesn't ease my mind, sir. I'll allow you to go ahead and make the persuasion at disadvantage, though. Not bad. But business has been what it is. Seem to be friends with Colic, I see. Alright then, 20 gold.
Thank you for letting us have the horses. I give him the usual.
He's like, I didn't. He's got this in his hand. He's like, I didn't give them to you. You're bringing them back so you can get your deposit back. But take care. And how many horses? 5, right?
5,
Those
yes.
But I
4,
heard
I think.
4. So I'm wondering who's riding with who, because you got Borden, Oscar, Leo, Zareth, and
I can
Insidari.
go with Zareth.
Alright, so the two...
Since I think we're the lightest of the group.
That'll work if you want to do it that way. And with that, you all kind of mount up. Start heading south. Is there anything
Lead the way, I will follow.
Is there anything else you want to do inside the town as you're about ready to exit? Just to make sure, like, there's nothing else you need to prepare for or anything of that nature?
Now we've got urgent business to attend to.
Maybe stock up on some potions in case we run into something unpleasant.
Alright, and Borden, you're here now, right?
Yeah.
Alright, you doing alright? I saw your message.
Think I ate some yesterday that isn't the best for me.
That's not good. Yeah, I was getting a little worried. But thanks for toughing it out. We'll see what we can do about that. Get you through this. Or at least what we can. So, traveling south about 5 miles. You kind of gauge there that it's been 5 miles. You're like, where's this path, you said?
We're at the woods, right?
Yeah. I told you 10 miles. You told him 5, and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, this is gonna
10.
be fun. Shit. So about the 5 mile marker, he's like, oh, I meant 10, not 5. But yeah, you guys travel for like maybe what, 10, 15 minutes going down this road, and what you're looking at is, like, it starts out kind of deserty, like hardly any greenery around the city itself. But the further south you go, even though it's like maybe 5 or 10 minutes further south, you start noticing trees getting thicker and thicker, the wood starting to form more and more, and it's getting more green as you go down this road on both sides of it. And you see random carriages coming from the south, going north towards Calvona. You got a couple that's probably following you from behind, just kind of going in the same direction. But you get about 10 miles south before there's like a bend that goes right towards another direction with the sign that says, what city was it? Kiara. And it pointed in the direction of a town called Kiara. And then there's also this other path that goes into the woods, and Oscar would know this as the path that leads into the Whispering Woods. As you're all going... Okay, go ahead.
Nothing.
Oh, I was going to say, if you want to say something to it, please do. I was just going to keep the story going. But, if everybody would like to make a perception check as you're taking in the new scenery that's around you as you keep traveling a little bit into this woods. Yep, them are trees. Look like the ones you see in Timor. Yep. Zareth as well. Borden. Somewhere off into the far distance, you could swear you've seen like a soft glowing light. And it's kind of moving around, but it's something gentle, something good about it. But you can't quite make it out. Oscar, you're just focusing on getting where you gotta go.
Should I'd point it out to Oscar and see if he knows anything about floating lights in the area.
So, you kind of look in the far distance and you can kind of see this glowing... It looks like it's very far away, so you can't tell what it's coming from, but it's definitely putting off an aura or a glow of sorts.
No, you do an Arcana check as if I know what it is.
Yes, by all means, let's do that.
And does it look like it could be possibly something burning?
No, it doesn't look like it's burning, and with that Arcana check, you kind of remember that, oh yeah, there's rumors that unicorns wandered through these forests. Maybe that glow's coming from the unicorn.
Gonna relay that to the party.
Have that conversation. That's why we're playing D&D, my friend.
It's a unicorn.
Unicorns actually exist?
Let me go ahead and chuckle. Unicorns and devils. What else are we gonna see?
There's
Hopefully
a lot
not
of
dragons.
of those kinds.
As you say that, a big black shadow casts over you, and you feel the wind about, 20, 30 feet up above, just kind of whisk down, and you just see the scales of a bronze dragon flying north.
He was gonna get suddenly defensive.
Yeah, but it continues. It seems like to be an everyday occurrence. But the Whispering Woods is kind of filled with other forest animals that you normally would see. Raccoons, you got birds in the trees, you got your little critters in the bushes, you know, your normal forestry animals. For those who might have those abilities, but who knows. But you continue further into the forest, and off in the distance you see a building and like a training ground of some sort, and there's a few people who are just kind of standing around out there. And as you get closer and closer to it, you can make out about 5 figures. 2 of them are standing close to each other. The other 3 seem to be in the middle of this training ground, just kind of doing like cardio or exercises. As you get closer and closer, Borden, that's Lindsay. Next to the tall woman who's got like a scarf on the back part of her head. You recognize that porcelain skin just making it up to this location. You could see before anybody else.
I'm gonna cut my horse right in front of Xeris there.
Alright.
Like, go head him off. Like, you stay out of sight.
What's up?
Friend of ours is up there, and I don't need you scaring him off or pissing him off until we've, gotten in contact.
Fine. I hop off my horse and sneak between the trees.
Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Gonna just scoot forward on the horse.
Alright, so
I didn't put my hood up, so that's a natural 1.
Okay, don't worry, I got you already taken care of. Alright, so you're approaching. I'd say at the point that you cut Zareth off and told him to get off is about 100 feet out. How close do you want to get now? Like, you're just going to go right up on him?
Yeah, I've seen the dead come back to life. I'm excited.
As you approach earshot, you just hear, like, the woman who's got her back turned to you at the moment. She's dressed in, like, blue cows. She seems to be really well draped. But she does have like a blindfold kind of tied around her head, so you can kind of see the knot of it in the back of her hair as it kind of flows with her black hair as it falls down. And you just hear her say simply, "I see you finally made it. Tell your friend who's wandering off in the tree line to join us. He's expected as well."
Very well. I'll go ahead and kneel for him.
Oh,
I'm fucking hiding he did.
She kind of turns to Lindsay and says, "Lindsay, would you go prepare some tea for us?" And your silent bard just kind of nods gently and walks off to do as she asks. And Arya kind of walks off, like, a couple of you know who Arya is. This orange-haired girl who's just over here just kind of working with these 2 with collars around their neck. And Oscar, you notice one of them is Liana. And Liana just kind of stops what she's doing as she's kind of staring at you. And Arya kind of walks up in front of everybody. He's like, "Oh, what the hell's this mess? I thought we were going to be alone today." Now, Arya, I told you we might have company today.
Begging your pardon, miss, but we received a message from the one there. I've met his sister before, yeah. She was...
Yeah, you were actually in the beginning party.
Yeah. We got a message from the one there, and it didn't sound good, so he came to check it out.
She motions for her to come forward. "Liana, please. Don't leave your brother worried here. Feel free to reconnect." And she just kind of goes over to Oscar and gives him a big hug and say, "Thank you for coming."
how big was the debt that got you into this?
It's okay.
I'm just wondering how to buy her out of this at this point.
And it was well over 50,000 gold, and then they kept saying there's interest involved, and that the only way to pay it off, regardless of what I brought to him to cover the interest, the slave. I mean, I was just pretty much told the only way to do it. But this woman,
How did the two of you accumulate so much debt?
I don't know what Dad was doing, but apparently he's got a loan from a loan shark in Calvona, and from there it just crippled him, and he never talked about it, and I didn't know anything until after he passed. So I just did what I thought was right. Thankfully, Calic was the one that was there, and he went easy on me. I mean, you know how that stuff can be, like taking
Yes.
it, yeah. And I just went away with him. But shortly after, my new mistress here, and the woman in the blindfold just kind of nods gently and says, "Listen, she is very special to you, I'm sure. And she's going to be very special to me as well. I understand that her death put her in this situation, and I did everything in my power to counteract her twisted fate. If you allow me, I will take care of her in your stead because, well, she is my slave now. But know that I will not hold her to normal slavery."
So, not
Can
being
an
happy
insider?
about it, but
Sure. I would love to see that. As you're trying to focus on her and get a read, you hear a soft grumble behind your ear. But you're the only one that hears it.
They don't hear that.
I mean, the lady was talking.
Am I there yet?
Oh yeah, you approaching as they're having this conversation. You weren't that far off. Ah, nice of you to join us.
I was expected.
Yes, please. Ah, Lindsay, is the tea ready? And you see out the door, she just kind of puts up two fingers, signifying 2 minutes. And she doesn't seem to see or look at her, but she gets the sensation that, like your sensory saw too. And she goes, "Ah, a couple more minutes then. Very well. Would you all like to come inside? Area, make sure that Asmaria and Leon are taken care of for now. I'm going to entertain our guest." Fine. Look, let me go set you up over here in the barracks that we got. And she just kind of guides them off, and Leon is like, "I'll catch up with you soon, brother. It'll be fine."
Are you a dragon?
Yeah, I was going to ask that myself.
Who are you asking?
I swear I heard a rumble.
The blind woman.
By all means, no. That's true. I should. I understand. She kind of looks off to her left, but nobody's there. I am Ninny. Ninny Marquise. And I have talents. Would you care to join me inside and we could talk more about it?
Sure.
And as you're walking up to this building, it's kind of like an oriental type tea, like a, what is it, like a tea room of sorts, I guess you could say. There's tatami mats laid out, and then there's this little table with cushions going around it. There's a kitchenette area that's behind this dining like area, and then there's like a lavish bedroom that you can clearly see from inside as well, all in this one building. She guides you all in and offers you all to kind of have a seat and sit around accordingly. You're not attacking her, are you?
No, that was the wrong one.
Okay, I'm about to
I was
say,
about to say.
this shit's going south quick, so yeah, anyway.
This is the one I meant to throw up. Divine Sense. I'm gonna pop a Divine Sense as we walk our way in.
Okay, let me take a look at this real quick, make sure. You sent Celestial from Insidaria. No fiends, no undead.
desecrated or consecrated ground?
No. No. No, nothing like that. If anything, this place feels good. Holy, perhaps, maybe, but she kind of sits you all down, and you feel this soft breeze kind of whisk through the air, and then it kind of dissipates on its own. And she kind of nods her head, just kind of noticing if everybody's taking their seat or whatnot. Is everybody sitting down at the table?
I'll sit down.
Yeah, and I'm kind of looking around to see what the conditions are here.
Make a perception check. As you're looking through the building that you're currently in to kind of look at the conditions of everything, this place is lavish. Like, it's not like gaudy or anything like that, but definitely like lavish taste. Most of her artwork seems to be Oriental, which would be in this case Eastern Timorian, the other side of your continent. So you notice a lot of Eastern Timorian feel to this area, as it kind of feels like an Oriental location. We got vases and pots that are kind of decorated with flowers sticking in and out of them. You got a lavish bed made with silken sheets, and the pillows you're sitting on, they're so soft, and they, you're kind of kneeling into these pillows as you kind of have to get up against this table. And Lindsay just puts a platter down, a silver platter filled with like this Oriental teapot and several cups that are just kind of like grab onto. Circular cylinders of sorts made out of white with black etchings. And looking at the etchings, Borden, you notice the kanji for Kazuya, or wind. And she starts pouring everybody some green tea. And then there's also like honey, sugar cubes, and milk if you need it to kind of sweeten it to your taste. And she hands each of you a cup of this. And for a blind woman, she's doing it as if she can clearly see. Like, there's no hesitation in her gaze. Sometimes she'll absently look at somebody, but it's like there's no hesitation to her movements, as if she's trying to make sure she places it in the right spot. So,
Hi.
You have questions? I'll let you ask first.
Anybody want some scones with their tea? I have plenty. I hand out scones for everyone.
Leo's just gonna give Cindy the most ridiculous look, like, why are you doing that now?
Lindsay takes this.
Because I think it'd be good.
Yeah, Lindsay takes a knee next to Nini and kind of joins you guys. So, I'm aware of many things, as you can tell, perhaps. You have questions I wish you would ask.
You seem to be collecting strays, as it were. Last we saw of Lindsay there, she was hauling ass out and over the water trying to escape from some storm giants.
Do you want to tell him, dear, or shall I? And she just kind of motions towards her. Very well. I understand it's hard for you to speak, my dear, but still. Yes, about that. Apparently, there was a dragonkin that was floating nearby looking for something. And then the magic from your violin, was it, dear? Yes. Attracted his attention there, and at the last moment he swooped in and saved you and another girl, was it? And took them to the Arcana.
So Rachel made it out as well?
And you see Lindsay shake her head, yes.
Thank the gods.
Indeed. I was introduced to Lindsay and Shandora as I was preparing to come home. And they said that she would be a valuable asset in my care, so I tend to take care of her until she decides that she wants to go elsewhere. And as for the other woman, I mean, you have your questions. I'll let you ask, and then I'll tell my stories. So do you?
Yeah, I'm just glad to see they made it out. That boat ride was something else.
So I was told. And you kind of see Lindsay not trying to make eye contact with anybody as she continues to look down as if guilty of something. You know, she realized what she did. She's just kind of staring down, not giving anybody any eye contact.
Are you okay, miss?
So if I'm noticing the lack of eye contact, but like none of that now, you did what you thought was best.
She kind of hops a little bit and nods gently in your direction. There's that soft rumbling again behind your ear, in Sidaria. And you hear just a simple word, interesting. And you see Ninny looking in that same direction where the voice came from, but she quickly turns away from it.
Who are you talking to?
Only in Sidaria heard it.
Oh.
I swear I heard something sound in my ear. Someone's talking to me, I swear.
Don't worry
Do you
about it.
recognize the voice?
You do not.
Okay,
You would not.
I ask in Sidaria.
Yeah, I know, but he would not. She would not.
No, I do not know the voice of said person or thing.
I do have a question for our wayward bard there. But I also don't want to, steal the limelight.
No, by all means. I do believe we all need to have a discussion. By all means, go ahead and ask your questions, and I'll speak for her if she cannot.
Say, have the nightmares gone away? Has that ring helped at all? I didn't really get a chance to see how well it worked in the long run due to events.
Alright, let me check something. She holds up her hand, pulls the ring off, and offers it back to you.
I wasn't necessarily trying to reobtain it as just...
Oh, no, she's just showing you, well, like, it's your ring. She's like, I borrowed this, I need to give it back. That's the kind of body movement you're getting from her, as she just like, here it is, But still silent. Don't hear nothing from her voice.
So, if you don't need it anymore, I'll gladly take it back, but if it still helps, please keep it.
I think she'll be fine now that she's here. I take care of my girls. This is Nitty stating that.
That, if anything you've said so far puts my mind at most ease. Those two poor girls were rather special, tried to do what I could for them. Then I would take back the ring.
Yeah. Apparently, from what I understand, the Arcana's taking care of the other, is that correct? And you see Lindsay nod. Very well. And about this time, you hear Aria bursting it. Oh, you ain't got no more cups for me? What the hell? Aria, dear, please. Fine, I'll wait outside. Let me know if you need anything. You'll have to excuse her. She's a little abrupt. Perhaps a little too protective, too. She kind of smiles at that. But, if there's no further questions, perhaps I can interest you in a reading.
Please.
Volunteer, then.
A reading of what?
She's a soothsayer, you hear from outside from area. Well, one of my talents is seeing into the future, seeing into the past, and also knowing presence. Oh yeah, I have this, so I have this here. That's where I have this. So she stares at Leo for a moment. It's like, very well then, if you don't mind. She'll put 3 cards down on a table that just kind of manifest in her hands as she kind of taps the table, and then there's a card there, there's a card there, and there's a card there. She flips the first one over, and when she reveals the card to you, it levitates in the air and takes on to like an ethereal form. And what you see before you is a beast hovering over a falling being, And she kind of states out monotonely, like, you were left for dead, and somehow rescued into the care of Illumina. The card vanishes. She flips the second card over, and it floats into the air. Ethereal form once more as a character split by shadow and light. Though unknown to you, you're facing a conflict that draws the attention of dark forces. But you do not know if you can maintain the light, all in the glory of the sun. She lets that card disappear into the air. She places her hand on the final card and says, this is your future, or at least what can be seen of it. And she raises her hand, the card floats to the air, once more taking ethereal form, and what you see is a pearl dropping into the sea. Unknown is the future that you have as a dark force is trying to hide it. She kind of sighs heavily at that. The card fades and she kind of comes back to her normal self. Interesting. Yes. And that's in Sidaria, the only one to hear it.
I swear I'm hearing stuff, guys. Something's wrong.
Crimsu
Maybe
to my
it's that
side.
dragon.
And as she says Crimsu to my side, you see this red scales kind of burn into existence, like a flame starting from its snout. And it just kind of billows down, and it's kind of like a pseudo-dragon size, maybe a little bit bigger, but you see this red scaled dragon just kind of materialize next to her. But like I said, it's like pseudo-size. So it doesn't alarm you, perhaps, but it definitely throws you off as you hear the familiar voice say, "Ah, it's nice to stretch every now and then." This is Crimsu. I guess you could say he's kind of my familiar. Sorry if he's caused you any alarm.
What is he?
He's a dragon, right? Of course.
Yeah.
What are these? And he kind of looks at the scones you have on the table.
Oh, the delicious treats. You can try one if you want.
Are these good? Would you like to try it, Crimson? Perhaps. Are these anything like those cookies you showed me? Not quite cookies, I don't think, right?
Yeah, they're not cookies.
He'll snatch one up, gobble it down. Kind of has no real flavor to it, does it?
Well, you can put honey on it.
I am not amused. This does not.
Sorry to hear that.
This does not suit my palate. I don't find this a suitable tribute. Oh, now, Crimsu, please don't be like this right now. We're having guests. And he kind of looks distraught and disturbed, and you can see the narrowing of his eyes, but he listens. He doesn't do anything other than watch.
Question, is he talking in Draconic or just talking?
He's talking in common so everybody can hear him.
Okay.
Yeah. But then he kind of like looks around. Well, that was his reading. Would anybody else be interested in a reading?
Yes, I would love to have a reading.
Very well, dear. Yes, let's see what this one has. What are we doing? Insight?
Oh no, it was for my own
Alright, no problem.
self.
Yeah, just so you know, he doesn't have the fright effect happening right now, so you're good. Don't worry about that. So, 3 cards on the table once more. Out of nowhere. She sets them down. She lifts the first one up, and it floats to the air. Ethereal form, taking shape, and you see she states this is your past. A burning sun. You are touched by the light, daughter of her seraphims, a guile in your future to be. The card disappears. Second one lifts up from the table, once more taking ethereal shape, and you see an eye with a figure glowing in the iris. Currently, you are on a journey of self-discovery, and ever under the watchful eye of Illumina. Yeah, that card disappears. She taps the third card. This is your future. She lifts it up, takes to the air, and it shows children playing, but the card itself is upside down. The want for children of your own seems absent, yet you will try and share what you can with other children, but probably not the way you wish. The card disappears, fades, and she just kind of stops in her thoughts. I
Very
mean,
intriguing.
yes. These are just glimpses I'm able to get, and apparently I was not affected by whatever it is that was cloaking his future. You all seem to have a little bit more sound to it. So, you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh, perhaps. Is there another one I can do a reading for?
Out of curiosity, I'll put my name forward.
Very well. She kind of stares at you for a moment. 3 cards land on the table. This is your past, and the card floats to the air, ethereal form, and you see a cradle baby upside down. The card signifies that your past lies with neglect of parental figures, as a babe who was abandoned in his youth. And then that card disappears and fades. The second card floats to the air, once more taking ethereal shape, but this time it reveals a shield of Kasia, as you see like a shield outline with her emblem right there in the middle. Holy be her name, a cleric of the very same goddess who grants me powers. You are allied to me, and I see all that Kasia has done for you.
Out of curiosity, the shield doesn't depict on the card the same one I carry, does it?
No, it's just like a basic moniker of a shield.
Okay.
Like it has like 2 half circles that kind of make an indent on top, and then it kind of shades down into like a crescent shield, or goes down a little bit and it curves back in on itself, just signifying that it's a shield shape. But then she taps the third card. This is your future, at least what we could see of it, and it floats to the air. It's a black sphere. The future is endangered by darkness. Something is encloaking visions of the future. Seems divine in nature. And she whispers something under her breath. Make a perception check to see if you hear that.
I assume the passive 19 wouldn't work since I was actually, paying attention to her.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll perception, everyone.
22.
Not bad. That's a good number.
Comes a bad one.
Yep.
Oh.
Get these bad rolls out of the way. Borden and Zareth, you hear the word nefarious. And there's a soft grumble coming from Crimzu as he just kind of stares with his narrow eyes, glancing about. Well, is there anybody else interested in a reading?
Well, sure, you got me curious now. And I step forward.
Alright. She taps 3 cards on the table once more, and the music got really loud on my end. But she points to the first card. This is your past. It floats to the air, ethereal form, a dagger. This card reveals your involvements in cryptic groups. Assassin? Rogues? She leaves it questioning. She taps the second card. This is your present. And it floats to the air, ethereal form once more, a hand with a dagger through it, like it's been stabbed from the top. You have recently been betrayed, and something feels unright in your mind. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Jeez.
You kind of cringe at that for a moment, but it passes as quickly as it came. She points to the third card, and she says, "This is the future." And it floats to the air, ethereal form. Eyes glaring from shadows can be seen. The darkness cloaks all that could be happening in your future. Your shadows follow you. Your life, be it for the darkness or beyond. Very cryptic. Very strange. And that card disappears and fades. Well then, I believe that's almost everybody. What about you, brother of Liana?
I don't think so. And Liana, can you come outside to talk?
I think Liana's outside already. She was taken to the bear fight
Oh,
area.
yeah. So you just kind of mentioned you want to go talk to Liana.
Yeah.
Very well, please. By all means, she should be by the barracks that are out there on the other side of the practice field. And you're allowed to go ahead and leave the table and head over there and have your conversation with Liana.
Yeah.
As he's walking over there, and you're in this room with Ninny and the Suedo dragon, quote unquote. So, is there any more questions? Any more doubts?
Can you see where the decision between the split of the dark and the light happens within me?
You feel a breeze overtake you for a moment, and then it fades as she shakes her head. Your future is shrouded in darkness. It's true that you might have already came in contact with somebody who is of the Dark God. I think the name
Say that again.
Denio might strike a chord.
I met him.
Crossing paths with that one can easily block one's future. Perhaps there's more to come with him involved. Though I would trust the man. Be leery though, he does have a short temper and he will execute those who he seems unworthy of having around. He does have that side of him.
Also, do you know where we could find a miasmic rock?
Make a persuasion check. I'm afraid that might be beyond me, perhaps. How do you know about the miasmic rock?
A noble from Timor City came to us. She had lost one, and is willing to pay a handsome price for it, which would be more than enough to pay off Liana's debt.
I can't see it. It's blocked from me as if dark forces are at work. So once again, it seems like I grow weaker and weaker whenever he starts growing in power.
Who's he?
Nefarious. He's got some scheme planned. And he blocks...
Do you know anything about a wife tiefling?
I do not. What is her name?
Minerva?
Hold on 1 second, because she has to make a wisdom saving throw now. I'll just give her +4. You see her take a deep breath, but she exasperates it real quickly and nothing happens. That name, it's disturbing. I have not heard of it until now. Who is this being that you speak of? Tell me more.
A disciple of Polana. Illumina had sent me east of Timor. Her vision was being clouded and we ran into Minerva.
You see her kind of put a hand to her left temple as she kind of drops her head down. Lindsay quickly puts a hand over her shoulder. It's okay, dear. Some sort of headache has overtaken me. I perhaps might need to rest soon. And Arya kind of steps in. What's going on? Ninny, what's wrong with you? Are you alright, dear? And she kind of drops in next to her and kind of holds her into her shoulder. What did you do? And she
We
stares at
asked questions. And with that intelligence check, do I recognize some symptoms that happened to me?
No, this seems to be of a different nature. Like, she's a divinator, and whatever she's trying to do with her divinations are what's actually causing this.
Okay.
It's a very dangerous field for some at the moment. Are you
Don't
doing
think
it, or
that
are you
would do
just
anything.
Would that
posting?
help?
Probably not.
Post that to see if that would help.
No.
Okay.
Or make a intelligence check, because you might just do it just to see. No, you get with that intelligence check that you can't quite make out what's actually causing the pain, but whatever she's doing, whatever she's trying, it's foreign to you, so you don't want to interrupt it, because you might break something you're not supposed to fix.
Okay.
But,
Seeing all this going on, I would like to take the time to write out a list of pretty much everything we know about her Shadow Monk companion, and God forbid I try to sketch Minerva's face.
alright.
That way, when Ninny comes about again, she'll have a much clearer idea.
Crimsu's just kind of staring daggers as well. And Ninny just says to him, "This isn't their fault. Harriet, please help me to bed." Oh, dear Lord. I'm with you, though. She kind of looks at the dragon and he kind of gives her a nod. But they're both being obedient. And you see Arya just kind of pick her up. She's got this strong upper body strength about her as she just kind of lifts Ninny into her arms, hustles her over to the bed nearby behind you guys, and just kind of lets her relax there. You know, she goes like grab like a towel or whatever and just kind of put it over her forehead and soaking it every now and then, just kind of checking over. And you guys are kind of left in this room here to just kind of debate about what happened. And we're now going to turn to Oscar, as you're joined with Liana, who's sitting on a bed right now with the other girl that's in there with her. Some blonde woman who is dressed in red satins. Your sister's dressed in a normal green that she's usually used to. You could see her her bow and her lute nearby, just kind of leaning up against a dresser in her room, and she kind of looks up to you. Did you finish talking to Ninny?
Yes. Can I meet you outside alone?
Yes, sure. I'll be back. And she'll walk out, and you guys kind of move a little bit away from the barracks, giving yourself some space from everybody, and this should probably do.
Just kind of do a perception check just to see if anyone was nearby.
Yeah, go ahead. You glance around, and like you kind of see that as Maria kind of stayed where she was, there's like a window that you can kind of turn a corner, look into the window, and you can still see her where she was, and you're like, all right, nobody seems to be following or keeping an eye on you.
But still whispering. I can get you out of here if you want, but you have to come willingly.
And she kind of points to the collar on her neck, saying, I can't be willing either way.
Can I do an Arcana check on that to see if that's going to prevent?
Yeah, go ahead and make it with advantage, because you're from here. And with that, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. That's probably why that sending got cut off. She got the collar put on right as soon as it was sent.
That magic can't affect her.
To an extent, depending. Like, you know that her master has to will her to be able to use her abilities. Like, if she doesn't have the permission, then she can't do anything. However, you using magic on her would probably, like if she's allowed to resist, then she probably will, just because, she was forbidden to do it on a default setting, so to speak. Like, she's fresh into this too, and nothing's really been talked too much deeply than like the simple, this is where you live now. And she'll tell you that, look, that woman who picked me up from the auction, Calic, he helped me out a lot, and if I don't know, maybe it was destiny, maybe it was planned, I don't know, but this woman pointed me out and says, I'm buying her, and she made the highest bid, and now I'm in debt to her. She has treated me with nothing but respect, and we're supposed to have a conversation later to go over, the details of this, and she kind of pokes the collar, but for the most part, I don't feel threatened or endangered.
And I saw she allowed you to keep your weapons.
Yes. She says I have no worry of you attacking me. And she's right, I don't want to attack her. She was so nice.
I'll find a way to get this collar off, and then we can leave here.
If that's what you want to do. But I don't know, it's just kind of looking down, because she's been through a lot. Like, she's just been dealing with the death of her father, the kind of backstabbing betrayal of him having a debt and not telling anybody, and then she was prepared for the worst, but then she's got this realization it's not as bad as it could have been, and she says that to you. It's like, it's not as bad as it could have been. You're familiar what happens.
Yes, but you're still sold into slavery, and I'm trying to fix this. But I'll find a way to get this collar off, and then we can get out of here.
All right, I'll leave it to you then. But just know, if it doesn't happen right away, I think I'll be fine here. I mean, she knew you were coming. She even told me that your brother should be here within tomorrow. Like, and here you are. Damn those dragons, man. But that was loud, Brett. Anyway, she just kind of continues to assure you that this could have been a lot worse. Like, I could have been somebody's indentured servant doing dishes every day, or worse. You're aware. And it's not that. And I'm glad that it's not. And she's a very nice mistress. So, as long as I'm in her care, I think I'll be safe here. And if you figure out a way, then by all means, I will not stop you. And maybe we can go to Timor together or something, start over, and I'll find some new way of life.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right.
Going to leave and go back to the group.
All right, and you see Ninny laying down in the bed at this point, and Borden's like writing up something. You see Arya sitting at her side, just kind of making sure she's okay, and you see this red pseudo dragon, which I think you were there when he appeared, right? Yeah, you were. And he's just kind of looking about at you with the new curiosity as well as you kind of re-enter the room. And your friends are there as well, just enjoying the tea.
Tea is amazing, I gotta say.
Cindy, you want mine? I haven't touched it yet.
Yes, I'd love to. Thanks for the offer. You're better than I thought you were from the beginning. As I take his tea.
Alright. Did you do anything to the tea, Zara?
Nope.
Alright.
Like I said, I haven't touched it.
Very well. I was just asking for a friend. So...
It was poisoned.
Yeah, that was the end of Vincidaria.
Please.
But no, you're fine. Alright, so yeah, Oscar, what do you want to tell your friends now that you came back from that conversation? As you noticed the scene.
I'm assuming I noticed that Cindy is a little, she has some spells.
You're aware of it,
So, yeah.
Like that went past your
Go
gaze.
her aside.
So
Do you know dispel? Can you dispel magic?
I believe I do, yes.
Could you come with me?
Sure. I will insight him.
yeah, you should. And you're not the only one.
Wow, that's the first time I rolled good.
You get the idea that he's trying to do something that he probably shouldn't. And hold on one second before we go any further with that discussion. I need to roll this for somebody. Alright, she's just too worried about Ninny to be paying any attention to it. And, well, he pulled Insidari aside, so nobody else could hear what he said unless they make a perception first.
We have to talk a little louder for this mic, but yeah, I was whispering.
Yeah, so you'll have to make perception before you can incite him, Sarah.
That would work.
Yeah, and now you can incite. That previous one will not count.
Aw.
Sorry. Gotta do things in the right order.
So it works.
Yeah, for the most part. You catch some of it, and... But then again, at the same time, it's like, you're not sure exactly what he's got up his sleeve, but the way he's talking, it's sounding like... I don't know, how would you phrase it? Like, he's up to no good in a good way, I guess.
He's
Like-
scheming something.
Yeah, he's got a scheme going.
I walk up to Insidaria and ask her.
What do you need, friend?
I look at Oscar and I say, be careful what you're gonna do here. I don't know what it is. But I don't think it would be a good idea to pull that off here.
Okay.
Especially with a woman that seems to know stuff.
And actually with a dragon marching over this place. As Crimsu appears in fiery flame in front of you. You can't hide from me. He rolled a natural 20 on perception.
Are you like an ancient dragon or in a small form or something like that? Because you seem too powerful to be a pseudo dragon.
Make an insight check. Even with the 12, you can feel a stronger presence the weaker Ninny is. You feel like there's been some kind of balance shift as he seems to have grown a lot more aware of his surroundings, a lot more physicality to him, but he's still the same size. I'm not sure I'm at liberty to tell you.
Can I make a persuasion?
At disadvantage. What are you doing to persuade him?
To ask him if he was?
Insight plus a whole bunch. He just
Rolling.
yeah, I rolled on him. Then he's like, I don't have to tell you anything. My mistress would rather keep it that way.
Okay. I'll have to do whatever he wanted me to do, maybe?
So
Right, go.
he kind of turns his
No,
attention
no.
away. He's like, no, what are you planning to do? I am interested now.
Nothing.
Oh?
I was going to see if she could dispel this, and I got an amulet.
You can't lie to me. I know what you're after. She's your sister, after all. You're worried about the collar, aren't you? And Arya kind of gets up. What's going on over there? Crimsu, what's going on? Oh, nothing. Mind your own business. Make sure my mistress is safe. Shall we go and test your theory?
I'm assuming this conversation is no longer private at that
No,
point.
it's not. No, because Crimson don't give a shit.
Especially after they draw so much attention to themselves.
Oh yeah, Crimson just burst over there. Like, he vanished in flames, and then he came over there and just reappeared.
And half our party gathered and started whispering.
Mm-hmm.
That's no one. That's no
Hey,
one.
by the way, yeah, I'm a dragon. I got good hearing here. But yeah, so you guys are, yeah. He's like, not. He's not showing any means to stop you. I mean, he seems fully aware what you're up to. But he's kind of keeping Arya out of the loop by just casually saying, "Hey, take care of the mistress."
You're
Okay,
saying
After seeing that he's telling me to go ahead and do it, I'm going to start thinking that there's going to be adverse effects to dispelling the color. So I'm just going to avoid that.
Alright, yep. And he kind of gives a, aw, pity that. Well then.
So do you know what happens when you try to dispel color then?
I was about to hope we could find out.
I want to insight that.
What? No,
Natural 20.
he purely wanted to find out. You don't know if he'd never seen these collars before he got here too. He's like, I'm curious. Let's see. Let's find out what happens.
Oh,
Like, he seemed jovially intrigued.
Is your sister safe, Oscar?
As safe as she could be, given the situation.
I'd hazard a guess it's probably one of the safest places for her. We've seen what Lindsay can do, and Arya's a talented person in her own right, I'm sure. And then we've got Nenny here who's able to foresee events. Be hard to get much safer than that.
I concur.
I just wish she was here alone for you, though.
Perhaps there's a way we could help Minnie in this group, so we could perhaps work something out to legally gain your sister back.
Like buying her contract.
Yeah, we could do that. But she said her debt was 50,000, and even with the
You also assumed that Nenny would sell.
yes,
We could have all the gold in the world and Nenny could just decide she'd rather keep her. And legally, there's nothing we can do.
Quite the conundrum, isn't it?
well, we could go get that one item that was 50,000 gold, right?
We have no idea where it is.
Well, that's a thought. Just trying to put in some ideas.
It is a good one, but it is one for the long run.
It would be in my interest if you could find these rocks as well.
And what's in it for us? You have a counteroffer?
better yet, what's in it for you?
Yeah, I'd like to insight him on that.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
ask him first.
Yeah, he just kind of. Well, I wouldn't have to put Ninny through all the stuff that I have to be here. If all those stones were collected, and the freaking crap that the Arcana caused was dispelled once and for all. But at the same time, I'm not sure I'm willing to deal with headaches like Tiamat and Asmodeus coming and going as they please.
Don't forget about Mephistopheles.
Oh, don't even get me started. And other of my kin I don't get along with. Ugh, don't get me started.
So this then raises the question, what are your stakes in it?
I'm just gonna let it fall where it does. For now, my deal is enough. I think that's all I'm willing to share for now. I should go and help the mistress recover. I should quit being so antsy right now. And you see him fade from existence as flames billow out from his physical form and he disappears.
Well, I guess that nixes my question by asking if I can assist in some way.
I mean, you're unsure if he's still there, but yeah.
I mean, she said she was empowered by Kazuya, and I'm a cleric of the same god. You know,
And as
I figure I
Crimsu,
might have something in my bag of tricks that could help, but
yeah, and as Crimsu dissipates, you see Ninny kind of sit up and she kind of pulls the rag off her head and she's like, "Sorry to worry you." And Aries like, "Oh, you gotta quit doing that stuff. It's scary as fuck." "Of course, my dear." And she just kind of, Aria just kind of gives her an absent hug, and then she realizes they're in company, and she's like, pulls away, and is like, so, I'll go keep watch. And she leaves Ninny in your guys' care for the most part, as Lindsay just kind of sits down next to her and kind of looks at you guys expectantly.
If we manage to get enough money to buy out the debt, would you be willing to sell?
Not right away. And I...
Why not?
What do you want to do?
Just said, and why not?
Because I've played the scenarios out. And if I agree to your conditions, even if and when, her future is endangered.
How so?
The darkness that blocks each and every one of you, that keeps me from seeing, is chasing those who could oppose.
Insight on just to see if she's saying that to keep her.
You get the sense that her words might have more meaning than what she's showing. I mean, she's being cryptic because that's just the way she is, but at the same time, you feel like she's not trying to lead you astray. She is showing genuine concern for your sister as she continues. Every time I allow myself to look into her future, I consider all the possibilities. What if I gave her back to her brother? Shortly thereafter, I see her dying. What if I hold on to her for maybe a little while, until certain events fade? And then, but until I see those events not kill her, she is safer with me. I don't mean to put you in alarm, but if you value the life of your sister, by all means, keep her in my care. I will take care of her, and you can visit her whenever you want. And then once I can see past her future of death, I will release her into your care.
Is there any way we can help?
At the moment, I do not know. There are events that are building.
You say that darkness shrouds your vision.
Yes.
Then at the moment, can you see Timor City?
What exactly are you asking?
Can you see it? Can you see in there?
I need specifics.
Well, there is a code of Tiamat there on the rise that disappeared somehow or relocates as soon as stuff gets inconvenient.
Go ahead. Oscar, did you say you want... No. Oscar, are you rolling persuasion on her or what?
No, I was just... That was
whisper. Brad making noise.
No, I was talking about what Oscar... Never mind. Oscar's talking to me in whispers, sorry. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're
also
doing.
the fact that yesterday night some vampires rolled into town.
Natural 20, by the way. Oscar. And...
Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. That's actually good. Yeah. You can check the stream if you don't believe me. But, So, you're telling me about a cult of Tiamat and vampires in Timor? Can you tell me one to focus on? Because I cannot just be gazing everywhere without danger to myself.
Well, the vampire that I know... Well, there are two vampires that I know of. One no longer carries a name. And the second is von Strassen Morkovic.
And what are you wanting to know?
I want to know if you can see the city, if the whole city is shrouded in that darkness. That would confirm some of my suspicions.
So you're wanting me to focus on Timor looking for this fellow, or... Like, she's just narrowing her eyes trying to figure out exactly what you're asking her.
I doubt the vampires are in league with Nefarious.
So, yeah, but she's like location, where you're... Timor then, right?
Timor City, but I want to know if you can actually peer into the city itself, if the whole city is shrouded or not.
She kind of holds a hand out. Not to anybody, but she's just holding it out in front of her. And you feel this breeze just kind of pick up around her. And then it drops. And then you see her just kind of go into like a meditative state with her hand held out. See the castle gates. They're switching the guards. This is a past memory. Some Gothic-looking carriage enters these gates as the guards switch. And then they leave shortly thereafter, sometime afterwards. That's the only faintness I can catch of these vampires that you speak of. And she lowers her hand and just kind of stares off absently. That wasn't the present or the future. That was something that was remembered. So it was the past that I saw. They're not...
That's what I saw.
Yes, well, truth be told, in present, they must not be in the city.
I know that. I saw them leave. What I wanted to know is what if you can look into the city now, or if something was shrouding that city.
There's nothing shrouding me from seeing into the city. I was able to see the past. In the present, if I had a focus, I'm just not going to let my gaze, as it were, freely look around though, because that's dangerous.
I can draw you a symbol of Tiamat that the cult followers use there.
So you're wanting her to focus
Would
on
that be
Tiamat?
helpful?
Yes. For now, you've been telling me to focus on the vampires. If you wish for me to focus on these Tiamat cultists, I will give it a shot.
I draw her the symbol on some piece of paper with the 5 dragon heads.
And I did that openly for you guys to see as she's doing like a true divination of sorts. And she looks forward, and after looking at your... Make a dexterity check for your drawing. I mean, it might not really play too much into it. It's a rough sketch, but she kind of gets the gist of it as she kind of pokes her vision. And then you see like a little bit of a light kind of ignite under her blindfold as her eyes kind of light up. And you can see that shining through, and Aria's just kind of at the doorway staring at you guys with daggers. And you hear her kind of mutter, "This cult. They're mysterious indeed. This relic travels from place to place. It's no longer in Timor. After apparently you guys discovered it, it went into hiding as if it were alive. The people who were worshipping it, giving power, released temporarily of their effects. I can't draw a bead on an exact group of people because at the time they don't believe they're part of that group. And then the lights fade and she kind of sits back down on the bed, a little bit exasperated. I'm sorry, that's all I can read today, I'm afraid.
That is more than enough. Someone is cleaning out the trash.
So I see that you have many situations you're wishing to take care of in Timor. Is there any help you need? I've already helped enough, I think, but maybe if you wanted to return back with them? She kind of turns towards Lindsay and she just kind of gives everybody an awkward look, especially towards Zareth, and then just shakes her head a bit. Are you sure, dear? And she just kind of shakes her head. Perhaps you all have some catching up to do. But if you need me any further, feel free to ask. For now, Arya, could you bring me a cup of tea, please? Aye, I got you covered. Alright, you gloats, get out of here. Go out front or something, I gotta take care of the mistress. And Arya's kind of like rudely pushing everybody out. Come on, time to go. What?
If I could avoid the ushering for just a second, I'd give Lindsay a hug. I'm happy to see you safe, lass.
She shakes her head towards you, and Nini kind of whispers to her, says, go talk to him at least. And she'll walk and kind of follow you all out as Arya continues to usher the rest of your party. And you're just freely walking behind Arya at this point, and Lindsay's right there beside you. Alright, you put her through a lot of work today, and I'm not sure I'm quite fond of you guys. So, behave! Do anything wrong, and I'm sure Crimson will bite your head right where it stands. And she turns on her heels and walks in. Lindsay's now there in front of you, and she's just kind of staring off in the distance, not trying to give anybody any eye contact directly. But she's there if you wish to talk to her.
Do you like it here, Lindsay?
She kind of looks at you, making the eye contact and acknowledging you, and she kind of points to the trees and everything. She's giving you, it's nice. It's not terrible. Like, she's showing body movement of, and nodding yes to it. And
Did your violin make it out alive?
She pulls it out and shows you the violin. All in one piece.
That's good.
As she holds it out, though, for a quick second, make a perception check towards anybody who wishes to take it. Because it's only going to be real quick that you can look for it. Doesn't make sense for Insidaria to notice, but Borden and Zareth, there's a new emblem that just, like, it's lingering and glowing, and it looks like 2 lightning bolts etched on the edge that were still kind of glowing. And they show no representation of any gods that, like, you've seen her play it before, and you've seen, like, the emblem of that god light up according to whatever spell came out of it, and now there's, like, something new on it. But you guys just catch a glance of it. She puts the violin back to her side.
I suppose we already know how you got here. And you know why we came here. So, very wild coinkydink that we met up again.
She's like filling her tunic and everything, and she pulls out some paper and a pen, and she starts writing down stuff. And it's kind of long. It takes a few moments. You're kind of sitting there wondering, when is she going to stop writing for a moment? And then eventually she hands it over to you, Leo, and you see that it says, yes, this dragonkin, not a dragonborn or anything, but a dragonkin, a gold dragon named Narlog, was somewhere over the ocean, just gazing down, looking for something. I know I was casting a lot of magic, and he caught wind of it. And upon seeing the situation, there was this moment when I was frozen. I couldn't move. Rachel was pulling my hand, trying to get me to go again. And then before this giant hammer or club or hand, whatever it was that was coming down, there were these golden scales that reached around both of us and just picked us up out of the air, or picked us up and took us into the air. We then flew away with him, and he took us to the Arcana. There he took a human shape so he wouldn't alarm anybody and told us keep it secret, but it's kind of a hard secret to keep from people who have taken care of me before. Narlog saved us, and I'm sorry I did what I did.
Yes, I blame you. You said earlier you did what you thought was best.
She nods towards you and is like motioning a thank you towards you.
I woke too late to help.
She kind of takes Leo's hand for a moment, motions thank you, and then writes once more on the paper, "At least you're alive. I was worried for you."
That's sweet, Lindsay. Apparently now I'm stuck between the light and dark.
"Don't ever let the darkness fool you," is what she writes afterwards. She offers you a soft smile.
We need to customize this poor girl a version of Skywrite that just poofs it out in letters in front of her.
Or give her vocal cords back.
She just kind of listens to you guys, smiling at your concern, but, you know, it's sweet.
Or we could teach her a message. And that way she can talk in our minds.
Yeah, that'd be way more convenient.
She shakes her head no. And make an insight check.
Who?
Anybody who wishes to make it. As you're just, having this conversation back and forth, and you just see her shake her head no to the message ideal.
I mean, I get the feeling it probably wouldn't work for her anyway, but...
Yeah, you get the feeling that she's saying no, not because she doesn't want to, but not having a voice to begin with, what could ever come from a message? Damn, this is some good music. But, she's just continuing to smile that she's finally here with you guys. And this reunion out of the blue has, kind of given you this day to day.
Would you mind playing some violin for me? I'd love to hear your music.
She kind of looks towards you. She's not familiar with you, so yeah, that's kind of different.
Oh yeah, the name's Insindria. Nice to meet you, by the way.
This is Cindy. We met her, what was it, like 4 days ago?
We met her when we made port.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 days ago.
She does a little curtsy as you introduce her.
I curtsy back.
She was working with Azalea for a while, and Azalea gave her high regards. I'm not convinced yet, but we'll see what comes of it in the future.
My smile turns into a sad frown hearing that.
She shakes her head.
At least she's kept stuff alive.
She brings the violin to her cheek, and she slowly saws away on it as a soft lull starts to ring across the area.
Oh, and the fox is still alive. I suppose we could have brought the fox and Could have had you a friend for a while.
You kind of get from her smile that she's just glad that the fox is alive, as the soft lull of the violin plays a melodic melody, which is currently playing on the sound. And you see Arya and Ninny kind of come to the doorway. They're watching her play. As she plays for you guys, you're all kind of forming this half circle so she can all listen to her. From behind, you see Liana and Asmaria come to the doorway of the barracks, and everybody's just kind of staring, watching the little performance of the silent bard who is sawing away at the violin, playing a gentle, reposing song. And as she's playing, it being a distraction, I want a perception check from everybody.
I have not rolled above.
I
the
know
10
it is. I'm
the
like,
entire session.
this perception is just killing. Everybody's just mesmerized right now. So yeah,
Stop playing so good.
I know, right? She actually has
Does
that
the
effect.
passive help?
What?
If the passive helps, I probably noticed it, but otherwise,
No, you're focused on her, and that is going to present some. As we just kind of let things wind down a bit, you're just continuing to listen to her.
Are we about to get surprise attack?
I don't know, maybe.
I'm gonna start dinging my cowbell.
Star certainly knows what's about to happen, but he's not going to tell us.
No, I'm not. So I gotta get to a spell.
That's
card.
average.
Can I get to that from there? There we go.
You get to go and mar a beautiful performance with the clacking of whatever the hell you're hitting this cowbell with.
I think he's just swinging it.
Yep.
Ting, 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 ting.
Leo, can you please stop?
I'm gonna try to do some light singing.
The music moves Leo, but it moves him ugly.
Yeah, it's awful, awful. Alright.
Thank you, Leo.
Chat would kind of get what's going on as I'm silently setting this up. Since the music's so good, I just don't want to ruin it just yet. So what are we looking at here? That wasn't what I typed. Oh, that's why. And with that, you hear two sharp slangs through the air. One lands in a tree or nearby, but the other lands squarely in the chest of Lindsay as you see a shuriken of sorts, just landing in the middle of her chest, coming from the forest behind you.
I walk up to Lindsay, cast Cure Wounds, and then try to see whatever shot that arrow.
There's no walking at this point. If shit's all coming out of the woodwork, it's on guard.
Yeah, dagger's out, one's out for me.
Activate Fiendish Vigor.
Cowbells dropped, swords are coming out.
You hear a soft laughter in the deep part of the forest, maybe 150 feet away. You hear, good performance.
We
And
recognize this voice.
It sounds like it's Minerva.
so, just
There, I just left a good description of her. Well, now she's seen her.
Well, she hasn't seen her. It's just a voice that's in the forest right now.
What was that for?
Well, you don't see anything. You still hear the voices deep in the forest.
Well,
I'm
I'm calling
going-
out.
I'm going to
Why
flip
did you
up.
shoot my friend who was playing some music?
Chaos! Do it again, Medea!
I'm going to flip up my Hood of Elvenkind and say to the party, I'll circle around for a bit, and I'm move towards the side and into the forest if I can make it.
I'll be doing what I can to more or less bodily cover Lindsay, because she's.
I did.
Assuming she got cured, but I'm sure she's not standing straight up after that thing smacked her in the chest there.
Yeah, so she,
Going to. Okay, so how transparent his wallet are? I'm not use it for cover. Is like a line of sight.
Alright, well with that, I'll have you start rolling initiative now that you're getting involved. So go ahead and check our token thing before we click on it.
I was just wanting to provide cover, not necessarily do it threateningly.
Yeah, I get you. Alright, so go ahead and click your token, roll initiative.
Fantastic initiative there, Oscar.
Alright.
There's nowhere in hell we can beat Minerva and Medea.
Yeah, no, I'm taking a while here, I
Not
apologize.
looking to beat her.
I guess technically we went up against some vampires that were way too out of our league.
Alright.
You could say we went up against them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And right
Tough
now
roll.
they're not revealing themselves. You see another star, you pull your shield up, you block it from hitting Lindsay, but the other one lands squarely on her shoulder, dealing some serious damage as she has now let go of her violin. And also, everybody else is getting involved as well. Wait, how much was that? Lindsay looks seriously hurt right now. And I need to get other people involved as well.
Well, I'm in the forest circling around so that I can get a flanking position on whoever is attacking us.
Mm-hmm. And I am currently rolling all the other characters real quick. Because, you know, this shit doesn't happen here. It wanted me to redo a character mancer on it. Huh. I don't think Ninny has a sheet. Let me see. Oh yeah, maybe she does.
Do I have some time to grab a drink?
Yeah, you guys want to take a quick break here?
Yeah, I get a drink, yeah.
Yeah, we're at the 2-hour mark, so let's go ahead and take 5 minutes. We'll ahead and be back here by right at 2 o'clock for us.
Go to eat.
But yeah, I mean, I figure the best part of the first part of this session should be like catching up and everything, but then, you know, sometimes tragedy strikes.
Yeah.
Shit happens.
You're right back.
Same here.
Oh, Lordy. Medea, what you doing here? Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. Maybe I could put us on a map here. No, that's not gonna do. That might work. Let me get rid of a few faces here. Don't mind me, I'm just putting everything kind of together at the moment.
I am back.
Welcome back.
I'm so happy healing like it's a bonus action. It's basically, pure healing word basically. So happy to have that. Hopefully this encounter goes well.
Well, you guys do have them outnumbered, so...
Yeah. Wait, how are you enjoying Tales of Berseria?
I like it. I still got a lot to get through to get caught up to where I was, but yeah. Still trying to get that going.
And I believe you're close to the boss I was talking about, where if you don't have a good enough computer, it will always block your attacks.
Oh, my computer's pretty good.
Okay.
Wait, there's a boss that is based on your computer specs?
If you don't have a good enough computer, it will always block. It took me 4 hours to defeat it.
So, what, like...
It's something about the frame per second, and my computer was trying to chug it, and when I would do input, then like, okay, frame, he's gonna block. So, took forever.
That's a little, yeah.
I think I about got this field set. Everybody back?
Oh, hey, sorry.
Uh-huh.
Weird.
Wait, what?
Okay, I'm back. What happened to the turn order? It's empty.
One more second, I have to check something. Now think about it.
Yeah. Initiative reset.
Are these our old icons?
I got what I got on the stream. I don't know what you're looking at. Maybe you need a refresh.
No, like, are these we used this map before at some point. Are this the old
Yeah,
icons?
yeah. This
Because
one, I got rid of most of the old icons. But
Yeah,
these,
me, you, and Borden
I have
are
35 health.
yeah, me,
Oh.
you, Borden, and Leo are already on the map. You have to delete and then redrag.
Mine automatically updated.
it should have updated automatically because I have your HP and stuff coming from your character sheet, not. Then again, I think Zareth got a shitty fucking thing going on with his character sheet. So why is that a level? Yeah, what level are you guys?
8.
Your character sheet ain't updated. Yeah, go ahead and pull your character over. Zareth. Alright,
Okay.
Oscar's here.
And it
Borden.
seems mine's a tad boned as well.
Did yours not work as well? It says
Because I went to update my HP and I have 2 health bars or a double long health bar.
Yeah, that's just your
it
max.
shows you at 8. Yeah, you're at max right now.
When you click on yourself, hit the gear and make sure your max is where it should be.
You're not over
Gotcha.
max, sorry.
No, I don't have any bonus HP right now.
Alright, so Borden's here, Oscar's here, Leo,
Yup.
Zareth?
Yep.
It's Adaria?
Yep.
Alright, so first round goes to Medea, who will stay in the shadows. Next turn goes to Asmaria, who kind of goes out towards Liana, right behind Borden, and just kind of takes a protective stance. Where's your token, woman? Liana joins Asmaria, takes out her bow and looks about, taking a ready type action. Sarah, it comes to you. You're exploring. What do you want to do?
Which way were the arrows coming from?
Make a perception check. And yeah, does everybody see the turn order? If not, I'll just tell you as I go.
I don't see the torn order.
No, it got cleared.
I'll relog real quick, see if it.
Yeah, same here.
Roll me a stealth check since you stealthed it into the forest.
Yeah, I did when I rolled initiative. It was 27.
Oh, 27? Alright, go ahead and... Well, you kind of get the idea you're going in the right direction, but you don't see anything at the moment.
I hold my turn then. Until I see something that I can shoot with my bow.
Ninny makes her approach out. And she'll take a stance next to Insidaria, up in front of Liana. La, 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 la. And you hear her, Sarah. And she doesn't care. You see her glowing there. Make a new perception check as you notice a figure walking through the forest.
12.
She seems real.
I'm going to hold my action for now, again.
And she's making a beeline towards your friends. So, this is the mighty Ninny I've heard so much about, as she kind of directs her attention towards her. Soft grumble from right there kind of picks up as the flames of Crimson starts to materialize. He won't be on the turn order, but he'll go on Ninny's turn. Insidaria, make a perception check.
Perception check. Okay.
Don't hit your head on the dresser. We don't want that.
Yes.
She looks very real.
Okay. I'm going to cast Guardians of Faith on her. right here. So I
Okay.
need a token.
Alright, let's find you a token real quick. Let's use this guy. Alright, what do you
It's
want?
also large.
Yeah, large and has a 10-foot radius. Having it behind her.
Alright, what do you want to do?
Basically she gets 20 damage if she's in 10 feet in that person. Fail save.
Well, that looks like it would fail. And it takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save. Guardian vanishes when it dealt 20 points of damage. You see this light ignite, inflicts it, and it kind of glows through it. And you just hear her chuckle. But 20 points of your Guardian was spent. Next up is Borden.
And
Or what else for your turn? Sorry.
and then I'm going to move. I can't grab my character.
Pull a fresh one from over. Or hold on.
Just move right in front of her.
Oh god, why am I having problems remembering what your name is?
There we go. And do a bonus attack with my packed scimitar.
You have to use the attack action in order to use the bonus action
No.
to attack.
Well, you're just using the action.
It's
right
a light
now.
weapon. It's a light weapon.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
no.
use the
Okay,
attack
yeah, if you don't attack with an action, you can't use your bonus action to secondary attack.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a no-go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then never mind on that. I'll just still move up to the person then.
Alright.
Or no, I'm gonna move to the side. Correction.
Alright, so Borden.
Yeah.
You see the figure of Minerva just kind of prancing in, unfazed by the Guardian that just struck it.
Well, you said the Guardian phased through it? Yeah.
Well, there was a light that beamed, and then it kind of went through her, and then, it just went off, like... But she doesn't look like she was affected at all.
So
Seeing as Minerva's a wily character, to put it kindly,
Mm-hmm.
would I have decent reason to believe it's an illusion?
Make a perception
if it was
check.
illusion that wouldn't do, right?
You're convinced it's not, but you rolled low on your perception. So, yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. You're very aware that this must be an illusion, because that damage should have hurt her.
Yeah, I've got that spell, and I know what it does.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was illusion, the damage wouldn't have dealt it.
You're convinced it's her, though. So, using
Mhm.
your convincingness, I still expended your 20 points on it.
Okay.
So, with my being convinced an illusion, like, alright, Minerva, enough with your light puppets. Other than chaos, what are you doing here?
She kind of folds her hands behind her back, her horns kind of gleaming a bit. Oh, little this, little that, perhaps a deal, and maybe I'll stop playing with your friends.
Deal?
I figured it was best if we attacked the one that wasn't quite as alive, so it wouldn't have been too heart-wrenching if she did pass. And you see Lindsay still trembling on the ground as looks like she's in pain. Serious pain.
I'm trying to keep in mind we're in a combat turn order.
Yeah. I'm being
It's not the best time for conversation, but
well. I'm kind of considering the point where you two are kind of trading, but you're still. Whenever you're ready to make your move, feel free.
Is the turn order fixed, by the way? Because it's still empty on my side.
yeah, it's still empty for me as well. I tried refreshing it.
Well, just wait for me to cue you. I'll cue you. Leo's on deck, followed by Oscar. So you're gonna.
I'll go ahead and do that for Lindsay there.
All right. She feels.
Because that's a bonus action. I'm not too concerned about the action economy since I'm not going to be blasting away at an illusion.
Exactly.
So, you might not think she's alive, but she's as much a person as you or I when it comes down to it.
She just giggles and laughs. Anything else for your turn then?
No.
Alright, Leo, what would you like to do? Oscar, you're on deck.
Move over here and look out towards the woods.
Make a perception check. You gaze in that direction, but you don't see anything. Just wilderness.
Alright, I'll take the dodge action and wait for something to make it an aggressive action.
Gotcha. Oscar.
Going to go out and look in the middle.
Go ahead and move. Okay. And where are you aiming to look?
Straight right. In between Zerth and Leo, the way they were.
Alright, make a perception.
Natural 20.
You can see movement. And I'll put her up since she's been detected.
One of her friends are here.
Figured so much. Throwing things aren't Minerva's forte.
Anything else for your turn, Oscar?
I'm thinking what I want to shoot at her. Can I do a hold action right now?
What do you want to hold?
A scorching ray.
What's the condition?
That she makes any advance whatsoever.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Declare it, at least.
Huh?
No.
Wait, what?
He was gonna hold an action, be like,
Oh no, he
close
said
enough.
if she became aggressive, is what he was saying.
Yeah, if she became aggressive to the party, if she stays where she's at and absolutely nothing happens.
Well, she could just walk up and, so she's not screaming across 50 feet of space and change.
Oh yeah, any aggressive action.
Alright. I need you to make a new perception check as she stealths in.
Me?
Yep. Since you're the one that's watching her. Yeah, she fades from sight as she quickly finds cover. But that ends her turn. You see this strange woman next to you pull out 2 scimitars, and she'll move forward as Maria will kind of approach towards the illusion. She takes 2 swipes, but they go clear through, and she just calls back, "It's an illusion!" So anybody else who didn't know now. And she
I already called that out with her light puppets.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I flavored it as light puppets, but I mean, the
Yeah,
meaning
maybe.
is the same.
Well, either way, there's nothing else she can really do. She just kind of approaches and takes a defensive stance at that point. She just wanted to verify for herself, then just reaffirmed what she did already. Oh.
You use scimitars too? I ask her.
She seems to be holding them a lot different than you. They're kind of loose in her hands. But other than that, you can kind of see that her foot movements and her wielding of the weapons a little bit different than a standard, like what you expect of somebody who's going to go in full combat swing. What do you want to do, Liana? She's going to hold a bow shot in case Medea comes around. Sarah, what would you like to do?
Did I see?
Perception.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well,
I pretty much shouted that there was someone else over there.
Well, you did call out that she was there, so I will probably have
Well, yeah,
my eyes on her.
making a new perception check because she had a fresh stealth. You find out that she moved just a couple movements, and I have to put her back on the token layer now that you know where she is. But Oscar and you do not. What do you want to do, Sarah? Your last encounter with her was beautiful.
Yes, I know. I'm going to keep my eyes on her and stay hidden. And that's my turn.
We get on the right layer here. This illusion vanishes and appears next to Nitty and Liana. Or not Liana, but Lindsay. And damn, the music got loud. Hold on a second. This song's usually loud anyway. And you hear her whisper something into Nitty's ear. The image is actually giving off sound. And then Nitty kind of freezes, and then you see Crimzu just strike out and bite with his claws at the illusion, and then a burst of flames just kind of billows around him as the image itself disappears, and all that's left is a loud cackle. But Nitty seems to be affected as she falls to her knees. And Sidaria.
Okay, I'm going to move up. And I will look around to see if I can.
Yep, make a perception.
First.
You do not see her.
Okay, then I'm gonna activate Cloak of Flies. And say, everyone stay away from me.
Alright. This is not the one that damages you too, does it?
No, it doesn't damage me.
Alright. So these cloaks of flies start spewing around in Sidaria. Do not want to go to a new tab. Back off. Alright, so you see Arya quickly lean over and go over Nini, making sure she's safe, and you hear Crimson bellowing, "Take care of her, and I will take care of them." And he kind of vanishes from sight and reappears somewhere. Well, no, he hasn't reappeared yet, so he's kind of in the ethereal plane right now. Arya is tending to Nini. Borden.
He is muted on Discord.
No, I thought he was thinking.
Nah, the thing going to tab on and off gets finicky.
Alright. Welcome back.
Lindsay's still looking pretty hurt, and then he's just been God knows whatted.
Yeah, nobody knows what happened there.
Yeah, I'll go and situate myself there. Then
Yeah, you see Ninny kind of crouched over, her arms on the ground, like her hands are holding her up, but she's on her knees. And Aria's just kind of like hovering over her shoulder.
you know what? I'll go ahead and. Where is it? Duh. There we go. So I will go ahead and throw that one on Lindsay, and then I don't know if there's a kind of check I would be able to make to see, or if I would have recognized what Minerva's illusion did.
Make a medicine check to see if you can do anything. Judging by the way she's turned over, you think it's something psychological? Some psychic damage perhaps was dealt, or something debilitating her? It seems similar to whenever her name came up the first time.
Interesting. Yeah. That's all I can do for this turn, but...
Alright. Leo.
I'll move down here and see if I can see anything.
Alright, make a perception then. The natural 20, you get the idea that nobody's down in that direction. They're probably further to the northeast.
Alright, I'll move. Is this Ninny right here?
Yep.
Alright, I'll get in front of her. And then take the dodge action.
Alright, Oscar.
Going to see if I can try to find Medea again.
Alright, are you moving to go find her, or...? Alright, so make a perception.
That's 120.
Yeah, that'll do it. I think that's what you had to have. So yeah, you pick up on where Zareth is pointing. Or where Zareth has a bead on her.
You're disregarding the illusion. As far as I know, I don't think we've actually started fighting yet. So
Yeah, so what do you want to do?
going to I'm gonna ready I guess a haste for myself.
But just so you know, your Scorching Ray, you have to mark it off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Actually,
when you ready a spell, it gets used regardless.
Okay. I'll level 1 magic missile. Just to...
Alright, go ahead.
No, just holding one.
Oh, you're just holding it? Not gonna use it? Alright.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright. On Medea's turn, she kind of notices you and Zareth having a bead on her. She can kind of feel that sensory on her. So she's going to retreat from the battle a bit and then go and try to roll a stealth check again. And she... Make a new perception check, Oscar. Since you had a natural 20 earlier, I'll give you an early advantage. She totally fades from sight as she makes her way away. And
Do I get one as well because I kept my eye on her?
yeah, go ahead.
25.
Amazingly, you've managed to keep a beat on her. So she's traveling further away from the battle. As Maria, like, swings the scimitars in her hand in a whirling motion as they make, like, semicircles in the air, and you see her footing just kind of dance around a bit. But as far as what she can do, she just kind of moseys on, trying to search with the rest of you, trying to figure out what's going on. Liana's still holed up at her post. We come to Zareth.
I'm going to move into Medea a bit.
Okay. Are you going to take any action?
Nope. I'm just going to hold my action again until shit happens.
Speaking of shit happening, on Nini's turn, since she is down and out, let's see if this token gets placed.
The big
Right
hump.
in front of you. Formulating from the small, and then all of a sudden growing larger and larger. You hear the loud roars of a red dragon erupt. And then all of a sudden he sees Medea. He closes in on her. You will not harm my mistress. And with that, he will take a multi-attack against her. And frightful presence. And let me see what her AC is. Got a lot of math on my end, but 2 will hit. For 27. And you hear Medea just kind of clashing with the bite mark that missed. And then the claw that came after him. And then the tail that swooped around. As Crimsu nearly finishes his first round of attacks, he lets off a deep gurgle in his throat, and then fire just spews out as he lets it loose on top of her. And that will be a DC 24 dex save. Holy shit.
Yeah, you don't fuck with ancient dragons.
That
So
will
this
fail.
classifies as shit happens. Do I
yeah.
have a shot on Medea?
No.
No, the dragon's
I
blocking them.
don't think so.
And
You can try, you'll hit the dragon and might die, but...
yeah, so a 90-foot cone in front of them. And they will take 26d6. Holy shit. Yeah, by the way, don't fuck with dragons.
I hope they have evasion.
That would be hilarious.
Pretty sure Shadow almost do, but...
This fire spills out over, and oh god, it burns, and you can hear Medea crying out. However, she's still very much alive, and he just kind of looks at her like, survived that, did you? And then his frightful present goes off, and she needs to make a DC 21 wisdom save. She passes, and she kind of holds her sighs and looks at him. I'm not afraid of you, dragon. You will be. And that ends his turn. On that following note, you can hear Sarah, make a perception check.
Cindy, for the love of God, did not
Yeah.
try to attack the dragon.
That'll be dependent on
23.
wisdom.
Alright, Sarah, Insidari, you can make this same check as well.
Okay. Won't attack dragon. If it was below 10, I would attack dragon.
Well, I need you to make a perception check because we're doing something else.
Oh, for second check. Oh.
Yeah, I need my check first, so I want to see if you hear something. All of a sudden, this wizard pops out next to Crimsu, and she's like, "Oh shit!" And you hear...
I
You what?
take a shot at the wizard then, since that's what I can hit.
Well, she appeared, but then she uses... what the hell is that move? Fucking hell, I can't remember it right now.
Misty Step.
Yeah, Misty Step. She uses a bonus action.
Counter spell.
Are you in
Counterspell? I can do that.
No. Okay, she was right here. Are you in range for counter?
Let's see. I would have it.
Yes, I do.
So she's like, ah, Misty Step.
It's 60 feet.
And then it stops. She's like, damn it, now I gotta walk. So she'll use her movement to go there.
27 to hit.
That will hit. Go ahead and do damage.
For
And that-
18 damage.
For 18 damage.
Wait, I thought the Misty Step was...
She still
Oh,
walked.
never mind.
Yeah, it's a bonus action. She tried to make it quick, and then you stopped her from doing it. But then she walks over to her friend. Still kind of in that same range with Crimsu, so not provoking attack of opportunity. She grabs the hand of Medea, gets shot with an arrow as she's running over there. And she's like, we gotta go. And you can hear the sounds of a teleport
Did
spell.
Oscar's missile go off as well?
Yeah.
Well, he kind of ruined it by casting counter spell, because...
And I don't have a counter spell to combat a teleport, I don't think.
I do.
You think you do. You do
Yeah.
realize you're going to have to roll for it.
Okay.
Let me check what level her spell is.
Yeah, I was assuming the Misty Step could be
Alright.
used like dimension door, and that's what I was trying to...
So, what level are you casting this counter spell?
4th level? Or... Yeah, 4th level?
Okay, if it's a spell of 4th level or higher, make a check using your spellcasting DC 10 plus the spell's level, and it's 7. So it's 17. You need to make a spell check using your spellcasting ability. So
Charisma?
Do Charisma? Yeah. Yes.
she's stuck there, like, what? She kind of breathes heavily. She's like, okay, you want to do this, kids? Very well. They want to fight Medea. I'm not sure we want to stay here, Osira. And that will pretty much finish her round. And I will add her to the turn order.
Yay, there is something in the third order.
It's a 0, but it'll do.
Alright.
Wait, technically, would I have got an assassination off of her then, because she wasn't in combat yet?
No, she
That
was
is true.
She was hidden in combat. She was aware of you. So no. The first round of combat already passed.
So wait, the natural 20 perception didn't...
She was magically hidden. It's Sidaria.
Ooh, yay. I'm gonna go ahead and move up.
As you start walking by Crimsu, he just mutters, I don't guarantee your safety.
Noted. And now I will do attack with my pack weapon. There we go.
You get on the right card. You're attacking Osira.
Yeah.
Holy smoke, I have way too many cards now. Alright. Alright, let me check what she can do, because... Alright, I don't have that. So, go ahead and roll your damage. What we got?
9.
So 9 points of radiant damage on this spell casting witch who kind of stares at you. Oh dear, your skin looks so fresh. Oh, they're gonna have so much fun with you. Arya staying back. Borden. There seems to be some
And then she takes
confrontation.
5 poison
From what?
with Cloak of Flash.
So does the dragon.
Yes.
You're going up shit creek without a paddle, my friend.
Yeah, but the dragon most likely has immunity to poison.
I feel like this is the part of, a sitcom is like, we're not with that one.
I was
We
just
don't
about to
know
say
her.
that.
Damage immunities. Fire. Nope. You're
It's
SOL
at least
next round.
resist. Mhm.
Alright, Borden.
He
what do
already
you want?
said he can't guarantee your survival, so it's not
That
like she
is
wasn't
true.
warned.
Yep.
I will use my bonus action to healing word the dragon. Not healing word, healing light the dragon. Just to try to give him.
Make a persuasion check because you're...
How about move 5 feet away?
Or just turn that shit off. It's only 5 points of damage. Do you really want to piss somebody off?
Well,
Alright. Your persuasion is taken into consideration. We'll see how that goes. Borden,
Oh,
it has
fucking-
come to your turn.
There you go. There, I healed all the damage back. So.
Alright. I'll let you know what happens on his turn.
How's Lindsay looking right now?
She's on her feet again, and she's got her violin in hand, and she looks like she's kind of battle ready now.
Like, if I was gonna rate her on a scale from, 1
She's
being
about half
dead to
and
10
half.
being...
Oh shit.
About 5.
I technically attacked twice now I think about it. Or do you already pass?
That would be
Mm.
your bonus, though.
No. Thirsting Blade, I can attack twice.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. Make your attack. That'll hit. Alright, continue, Borden. And she takes 2 swings and just kind of stares off, still saying the same shit.
Alright, so Lindsay looks half and half then.
Mm-hmm.
How's Ninny's condition looking? Still the same?
Yeah, she seems to be... Like, it's almost like she's freaking out. She's dealing with something... Matter of fact, she's actually looking weaker as well. But it's... I really can't tell you how it's happening.
Well, I had the check last time. You said it looked like there was some psychic damage going on.
Yeah. It looks like something worse is happening now. But, she's not in any danger of dying. But she does look like she's taken some physicality of some kind of damage of some sort. Like, she's looking hurt, but it's not showing up on her body. And you also hear a loud roar and some flames going off in the distance.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I see, the ass end of a dragon.
Oh yeah, the tail's waving through. Probably busted a couple of trees near Zareth. Matter of fact, he tried to do a tail attack on him earlier. Or her. Probably curved around and nearly knocked Zareth out of a tree. Or wherever he was.
Probably hiding behind it.
Yeah, the tree, top part of the tree probably fell down to the ground and you're still behind this trunk.
So I don't recognize this as like a paralysis or anything. So
No.
the lesser restorations.
Yeah, you don't recognize it. Like, if you go ahead and use it, though, if you want.
Well, no,
Or,
I put the card because she's already blinded because that's Ninny.
yeah. Yeah.
But
no-
you said, she hadn't moved much. I was like, well, we'll
Yeah,
check if
she-
it's a paralysis. If
Yeah,
it's not, then
Make a medicine check, we'll do that.
like the 26 from last round didn't tell me she wasn't
Well,
paralyzed.
the condition has changed.
Oh, beautiful.
Mm-hmm. You know for a fact she's not paralyzed. Like, she's, like, moving a little bit on her own, but whatever's got her down on the ground, it's like she's doing everything she... It's kind of like a drunk crawl in a way. but you can definitely see pain in her movement. But it's no physical no physical pain that you could see. So. What we got, Borden?
So I don't even think calm emotion work here because you're not describing a fear or charm.
No. You think anything you cast at her would not help, so the only.
I say my last thought was remove curse, but I don't think it's a curse, is it?
No.
That being said, move it maybe there, and then safe to assume I can't see the combatants next to the dragon.
Insidaria's in the way along with the dragon's big ass forearm.
I don't get much use out of this.
Alright, so what's the final verdict there, Borden? Alright, who are you blessing?
Well, I've got Leo and Oscar within 6 or within 30. And then
Would be a good bless.
Nini seems like a solid option, assuming she can get her head out of her ass, or if she's having to make saves. Head out of her ass being more sarcastic than anything.
Yeah. So you want to give it
But
to
it's
Leo
the least
and
I can
Oscar?
do. With,
So Leo, Oscar, and Annie?
yeah, because I do still want to try to help Nini in some way, if
Very well.
just even if it's just alliance through a god we follow, just
Alright.
give her every bit I can.
Alright, and Leo, you're coming up next. Anything else on your turn?
No, it's movement and action, and unless no, I'm not going to spend any bonuses this round.
Alright, Leo. What's your take on this? As you feel a blessing of Kazuya wash over you.
Knowing I can get to the enemies this turn, but then I'd put myself in the way of Cindy's flies.
It's every end of my turn I take damage.
So I don't want to get into combat, especially when my team is hurting me. So I'm gonna stay by Nini. I don't know what's going on with her. I'm not good with medicine, so I'm gonna go ahead and dump 10 lay on hands into her, curing any poisons or diseases she might have. Or one poison, one disease, so I don't know what's going on. And that's my turn.
Alright, that's been taken into consideration. Oscar. Feel the blessing of Kazi as a warm wind kind of encircles you.
So it's pretty obvious that's Prinzy, right?
Oh yeah. As you're looking at this giant red dragon, you make out a marking on his shoulder from where you're at. And it looks like it's in the shape of a phoenix.
Going to move right there.
Alright.
And, I'm going to just go all out on the wizard.
Alright, what do you want to do?
Scorching Ray at 4th level.
And
So, let me count. That would be...
don't worry about the math.
Well, that would be 5 Scorching Rays.
Well, she'll counter spell one of them.
I mean,
But what are
I
you?
think the counter spell would affect the entire scorching ray.
Yeah, yeah. So if you're casting Scorching Ray, you start to cast the fire, and she's like, "I can do that too. Watch," and your spell fizzles out.
And then a quicken spell to another scorching ray.
All right.
Counter spell this one. So,
Well,
but
that
this is
reaction.
level 3.
All right, so go ahead and cast.
Don't forget to add a D4 to all your rolls.
Because you're gonna
Oh
need
crap! Yeah, yeah.
And don't forget your charisma modifier for fire damage.
That is actually being.
it. It's already
considered
figured in
this.
already. Yeah. You have.
Let me go.
No, I changed his rolls on the fly. I'm kind of sorry about that.
No,
I'm
just
sorry, hang
roll it.
on.
Just roll a d4. It's still not going to be enough. Even if you get a 4 on that first one, go ahead and make your second attack.
Okay.
Wait, that first one's a crit fail.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
I do love you. Thank you. Keep
Right.
Is
going.
the dragon's
Yeah,
immune to
absolutely
fire
nothing.
damage?
Yeah, you have to roll 1d2. See, oh, dragon or me?
Oh, wow. Roll low. That's not good. Alright, so keep making your attack rolls as I figure out what's going to happen with that natural one.
All right.
1, 2, 3, and Crimson will be 4. Your first Scorching Ray bounces off the scales of Crimson, and he just kind of narrows his eyes as he looks towards you. Second one hits, third one hits, fourth one misses.
Okay.
So that's a
And
total of 29 damage.
I think that was action and bonus, so I'm kind of out.
She kind of growls, but then Crimson's like staring at you too. He's like, But
I
then
didn't hurt you, did I?
No, it was fire.
Hearing that, I'm going to try this round.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, so Medea turns to Osira and says, "Look, get ready to get us out of here. I'm going to thin the herd." And with that, she shadow steps, staying within range of Crimson, but getting behind Insidaria. It's just faster to click on her icon so I can get to it. And with that, she will make multi-attack. She gets 3 per round. 27, 22, and 15. Do they all hit or just the 2?
2. So what was the last one?
15.
Yeah, only 2.
Alright, so you feel 35 points of damage as 2 sighs stick into you, but one kind of slides off your pauldron. And then she will use Flurry of Blows and make 2 more unarmed strikes against you.
Okay, let me calculate that.
Natural 20 and then a 22.
So 22 and 35?
Cindy.
That's 10 points of damage, and then the second one does 5 points. So 15 altogether on that.
So 15, 20,
It's 50 this round.
50, okay.
There's math.
Okay, there we go.
Alright, so that was her round. As Maria sees targets now, let's see what she can do. She won't be able to act though, but she'll go ahead and close that distance and just kind of shout at her. "You dare attack? How dare you?" And she's just getting up in her face. That's all she can do at the moment. Liana, on the other hand, trudges up 5, 10, 20. She gets behind one of the broken tree lines and she takes aim at Medea, since she's the only close target. Damn it. I'm trying to get on these sheets faster. There we go. Alright. And she will make short bow attack. And she will use a reaction to missile snare. So, yeah, that will definitely do, because she's like way higher level than 8 points of damage. So, you see Liana get over there, and she shoots off this arrow, and it comes soaring. And as Maria watches as the arrow passes by and into the R, you just kind of notice it. And it's going to hit its mark, and you're like, alright. And then all of a sudden, Medea just whoosh, snatches it from the air. And then you see her do a tailspin, and she releases it and sends it back to Liana. Which will be an unarmed strike, I believe. However, it just thuds into the wood in front of Liana as she kind of ducks back behind, noticing her missile missing. Zareth, what would you like to do?
For my movement and bonus action, I'm going to move behind that rock here and take another pot shot at the wizard with my short bow.
Alright.
17 for 16 damage.
That will miss.
17 misses?
Yes.
Okay. That's my turn.
She kind of
We're
raises
fighting
her...
above our weight class.
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
kind of
come on,
raises,
guys.
she kind of raises her hand up, and the arrow kind of deflects off her cast, and she's like, "Hash!" She's got that whole, what's her name? I'll think of it later. Anyway, she's just giddy and just laughing towards you as you shot an arrow. But let's see what interesting results can happen right now as we roll a 1d6 to see if somebody gets a breath weapon back.
Oh no.
Recharges on 5 and 6, yeah?
Yeah, I believe so. I was going to double check. I think that's what it is. How does a red dragon have a stealth plus? Yeah, 5 and
What?
6. He has a plus to stealth. He's going to hide behind a tree and then...
I'm assuming his stealth comes from smoke screen, just the amount of fire he can put out.
Yeah. Alright, so... Asira needs to make a saving throw against his frightful presence, which might screw up shit for her. Or not. She saves. Wow.
Barely.
I know, right? Right on the money. And then Crimson just gets really pissed off because these people are being a nuisance to him. He'll go ahead and proceed with the usual 3 attacks. 1 bite, 2 claws at Osira. Holy shit. Bitch better be ready for some pain.
Hey.
Minus 33. Oh, come on. I can't even get in there.
$66.
She's looking rough. Matter of fact.
Does he get legendary actions?
Huh?
Does the dragon get?
23, yeah.
Say again there.
Does he get the dragon? Does he get legendary actions?
He could, but he's been cautious at this point. But this activates something. As Osiris starts to weaken, she realizes the situation she's in. And one of her reactions kick in. It's her contingency plan that she's had cast before she joined this fight. And it whisks her away from harm as her health falls below a certain point. And with that, she basically like she prepared a dimension door, and she's like saying to Osiris,
Still work.
contingency plan, it's already been cast.
Good.
Yeah, so basically she vamps out. And she's like 500 feet in a random direction that you do not know. And Osiris like, damn it! They triggered her fucking, or Medea says she triggered her contingency. Now I'm gonna have to find a way out of here. It's Daria. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'm going to attack with my packed weapon, of course.
You swing out at her, and she brings her size up and then grabs you on both of those attacks and just kind of deflects you. It's like, not today, sister.
And bonus action with my regular scimitar.
That will
5 damage.
hit. Yep.
And then 5 damage
Did
from.
you manage to get 5 points of damage on her? Alright.
And then 5 damage of poison. Since it's my turn.
And the dragon.
Yeah.
You're gonna get yourself killed.
Alright.
You can just move 5 feet, you know.
Oh yeah, good point. Let me just move that.
Well, you can't move yet. You're already in shitfield. Aria's turn. Once again, we're just going to keep those people where they belong. Borden, what do you want to do? Leo, you're on deck. Oscar after that.
Alrighty. Let's see here now. I have a bad idea and a worse idea.
Do the worst.
Do the worst, alright.
Whatever works best.
There's some movement. And where is it? There we go. Let's do the worst idea because y'all seem a bit slap happy there.
Alright, guiding bolt. Make a ranged spell attack against the target.
I'll be rolling and then 1d6 for each level above first.
Let's see if you hit first. What level are you casting?
I think I've got this set up to do it.
Well, I was just wanting to know, so whenever you make your attack roll. That will
You gonna roll
miss.
damage for me correctly?
That will miss. Yep. She catches
Well,
the guiding
shit.
bolt coming in, and she kind of swifts around, ducking under it as it kind of dispels over towards the other side of Krenzu. And Krenzu has moved his attention.
Wait, doesn't she have to match the damage of it?
No, it's not a missile. It's a rage attack on her AC. Her AC is higher than that.
Okay.
And this is probably the first time you've seen this ninja-looking woman with sais in her hands. Hardly anything you can call armor on her. She's just scantily dressed.
I saw her kick the piss out of Zerif, so.
Oh yeah, she's a real deal. But you do have her kind of in a bad situation. Her ride home just vamped out.
No one up there has taken any damage, correct? Other than Cindy?
Sydney, that's it.
Yeah.
And I have no idea how much damage she's taken. Let me fix that.
She took 50 in one round there.
Alright, I see her
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
There it goes. You get 10.
10 back?
Yeah.
So he tosses a healing word towards you as you heal for 10. And that should complete your turn, right?
Yeah, that's all she wrote for now.
Alright, Leo, what would you like to do as it comes up to you?
Nothing. I'm still just protecting Nini.
Yeah, apparently all the fighting is happening up forward. So, Oscar,
Well, there's no one to counterspell me now.
that is true.
So use my other level 4 with another scorching ray. So that would be 5 attacks on her.
Alright, go ahead and roll me the attacks. As she kind of looks at you wide-eyed as these fireballs come flying in. Hit. Miss. Hit. No, wait. 2 hits, 3 miss. So she gets hit by the first one. Bam! Takes 8 points of damage from that. She missed her on the second, but the third one manages to hit her too, so that's another 9. So that's a total of 17 on that. And with that, she kind of reels back as she's trying to deflect the flames from the other scorching rays, and she's just looking frustrated at this point. Which brings us to her turn.
Wait.
Oh, maybe
I'm
not.
done.
Continue, please.
The wand that Leo gave me and I've never used.
Well, you can't use it. You just used your action.
Oh, crap. Never mind.
Yep.
That's why I have to do a quicken spell and actually do another because I screwed that up. Yeah, my bad.
Yep.
Does haste affect you on the same turn you cast it?
No. Okay.
Post the spell real quick. I'll make a judge for you.
Well, he's already taken one action, which is
Yeah,
why.
I've already done that.
Yeah,
So-
but you do have quicken spell, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll just do another spell.
It would still be your turn, so technically, yes, you would have another action. If you did a quicken spell to activate it.
Just saying I was going to do a quicken on haste,
Uh-huh.
and then I can use the bonus action to, like, let go of all the magic missiles in the wand on her.
Well, yeah, the actual extra action, you could do that.
Yeah.
Alright, so yes, you fire off the magic missiles as you become hasted.
I need to reroll that.
No, I'll go ahead and take that one, if you want. She's
All
looking...
the missiles, I love it.
All the missiles come flying out of this wand as you're hastening yourself. You're like, I'm going all out. This bitch came over here and started some shit kind of attitude, right? And all these missiles start landing into her. She's trying to deflect them, but these are just instant hits. She can't do nothing, and she's getting furious and frustrated. Now it comes up to her turn, and she's like, well,
And
it's...
I'm going to do that.
Boop! Okay. Yeah, she's going to have to take this turn to run. So, she will use her Shadow Step. And vamp away, I believe, her full movement. Let me double check. Gain the ability to step from one shadow into another. And that can teleport her up to 60 feet. She gets 60 feet away from you. And then she uses...
She needs a shadow, right?
We are in a forest.
You're in a forest area.
You're in
There's
a-
shadow.
Forest,
No,
and she's
so
part
she-
of a dragon.
Yeah, when there's fire. I'm just wondering, that's all.
Oh yeah, with the towering dragon there, all she has to do is take a step back. Whoop! She's gone. 60 feet away from you, all the way to the east, you see her reappear, but she's like, think you see me now, watch this. And she uses Step of the Wind and goes another 120 feet away from where she already is. So she's technically 180 feet away from Crimson.
Someone cast haste on this dragon.
So she's hauling ass away. That brings it to Asmaria's turn, who's like, God damn it, I get up here and I can't do anything? What the fuck? Liana's pretty much the same boat. Sarah?
I'm going to move after Minerva and monk with my movement bonus action, which should put me at 120 feet range. So that's going to give me a short bow attack with disadvantage.
Hold on, I want to check something, because technically you'll have to get within...
Wait, a question. Wasn't there supposed to be opportunity attacks or no?
She shadow
No,
stepped,
it's
so
the
yeah,
step.
she
Okay.
vamped out, so it's like
She
She
shadow
pieced it.
stepped.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Isn't Shadow Step a bonus action?
yeah, but she can use her.
Action to move and then her movement, so she's 120 feet away.
Let me check something now.
Actually, she's a monk. She's got a higher movement.
Yeah,
speed.
she's got a.
I was just
yeah.
thinking, like, Step of the Wind doesn't do jack for her since she already used her bonus action.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably true. But yeah, she's definitely. Yeah, she used her action to dash, and then yeah, so with that, she would still technically be that far out. She's at like 60 feet movement speed.
Oh, okay. I was just double checking that. As you said Step of the Wind, I was like, oh.
Yeah, that probably
Anyway.
wasn't necessary. Yeah, 60 and 60 more. Yeah, still 180. She like if I went with the Step of the Wind, then she should have been a little further. So my calculation still came to the right math. Sometimes I accidentally get it right. Alright, so with that, she is like literally 50 feet north of you. So you could probably, like, unless you go in that direction, like, are you staying down here?
No, I move after her with my action and my bonus action to dash. Of
Are
course,
you
60
staying
feet of movement.
Are you staying parallel to her, or are you moving forward? Like, you still got to go north to get towards her, and then she's that
Yes,
much
I'm
to the
moving.
east.
I'm moving north. I'm trying to get as close to her as I can.
So you're
get.
pretty much going diagonal towards her. Is that what I'm hearing?
You strafing is what it comes down to, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, strafing.
Go ahead and make your attack with disadvantage.
You already rolled it.
Oh,
20 to hit.
that will miss. And even if it did, she'd probably do a reaction to catch it. But yeah, that one misses, so she's not even going to worry about it. Oh, this is going to be fun.
That's my turn then.
So now, it is Crimson. Damn it. Alright. You see him float into the air and then dash 80 feet towards her. And then he would have to use... Oh. As he gets further and further away from Ninny, you can see Ninny starting to suffer. So Leo and whoever's around you, let me see. As Maria, Leo, Borden, you can kind of hear Ninny screaming out the further that Crimsu gets. And also Lindsay. But Crimsu continues, and then he gets to a tether of some sort. And he's just kind of floating there about 40 feet away from where Medea is. And he's kind of weighing his options on what he can do, but he just kind of like floating there, just kind of eerily mad, and he's just going to get away, but if I go any further... And yeah, that's kind of like where he's at right now. Incidario.
Okay, so I'm gonna use...
Did he get his fighter breath back?
No, he did not. He rolled a 4.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna blow
So
it
how
out, but
far is she exactly?
150, 180 from you, eastward. So we gotta kind of theater the mind this.
The most I can do is... I wish I picked up freaking the spear, but no, I didn't. Okay. I guess I could try to get closer and just keep an eye on her. So I'll use my action to move and my movement action to get up 60 feet.
So close it in within 60. She's still 120 from you. So I'm gonna put 120 over here in this other box. That's how close you are to her.
Oh wait,
Oh wait. Please
Elder
hurry. Are you going to cast?
Daddy.
Well, no, you can't. You use your action. To
No, never
dash.
mind.
Yeah. So Aria's
Yes.
standing still, kind of yelling, "What's wrong with her? What's wrong with her?" Borden, you kind of hear that commotion going on behind you, and also the dragon just stopped mid-flight as if he's kind of tethered. Borden's turn, Leo, then Oscar.
Alrighty. Hearing Nay cry out, I mean, I can get to her side, but it's an action and then a dash.
Alright.
Or a move and a dash, so. I guess I'm on hand, willing to help, give advantage if someone has to make a check.
Alright. Anything else for your turn? And Leo?
There's nothing I can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, you're kind of just watching the suffering, staying ready in case something else tries to attack. Oscar, you're on speed, friend. What do you want to do?
Well, so he's just flying midair, right?
He's flying, yeah. He's trying to close in on her, but then he just kind of stopped partway towards her.
But I just see him hovering, like not moving anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm probably going to take that as he lost her and can't find her.
Make an intelligence check. Or make an arcana.
Yeah.
Make an arcana instead. Like... That's not...
I don't know. I, for one, was feeling confident with a dragon on hand.
Yeah, yeah, and a dragon just all of a sudden stopping when he has true sight. I mean, technically, she shouldn't be able to hide from him. So why did he stop? It's kind of going through your head.
Like, I'll get closer, but I'm not going to.
Alright, so at this point,
Yeah.
Medea notices the dragon just kind of stopping, not able to close the distance. She'll shadow step again, do her full movement, and then all of a sudden there's a clap of hands, and then she vanishes, along with the figure of Asira who was waiting for her.
So she didn't move up 500 feet.
She moved out enough to try to give her a chance to catch up. Like, they had a plan. They had a contingency, and yeah, she wasn't just totally out on her own. So technically she could have been 500 out, and she came in to try to catch up with Asira, or catch up with Medea, and those two managed to vamp out. Yeah, that would be way too far for you to try to counter or anything like that. So with that, you're kind of out of... Yeah, you're kind of out of combat now. And Krensu lets out a loud roar, and then he fades as he disappears and reappears next to Ninny, and then his form being closer and smaller next to Ninny kind of relieves some of the pressure that she must have been feeling. I have taxed your soul too much today. Area, put her to rest. Alright, so everybody's kind of returning back.
Yeah, I'm going to check back in with Liana.
Yeah, Liana catches up with you, and you're like, you're still hasted at the moment, and she's like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Except it's like, yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm totally fine, I'm totally fine, I'm totally fine.
Yeah, you're... And then all of a sudden, you're kind of stuck there for a moment.
Yeah.
I'll drag him about if need be.
No, he eventually comes out of it. It's like, you scared me. What the heck happened there? What did you do? Wait a minute. Was that a haste spell you cast?
Yes.
Oh, so you've gotten further in your studies. That's great. And, you know, being a sorcerer, you're like, yeah, studies. But, yeah, after this confrontation, Arya kind of takes Ninny back inside, as Maria and Lindsay both kind of stand watch at the door, and you guys are kind of like free to do whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna go ahead and heal myself a bit.
I hope you turn off your flies.
I
She
did.
did.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If you're missing anything, I can top you off. I just need to know how much.
either that or you could take a short rest. I mean, you're all free to chill out now.
Oh,
I've got the channel divinity thing, and I'm kind of on guard still because we hadn't seen them for
Mm-hmm. It's
what
been a while.
month almost, and then they just pop out of fucking nowhere in a new country.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Sure enough. What I'd like you to do now. Well, tell me what you want to do, and I'll see if there's anything I can give you.
I'll take a short rest then, since I can get my spells back with a short rest.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be standing alert at the entrance of whoever seems most beneficial, I guess.
Lindsay and
I'll
Asmaria.
scout the woods then.
Alright, let me get an investigation check from Zareth.
Well, first a stealth check, of course.
Sure. Insecurity.
And I
That's
still have
understandable.
my hood up.
Alright, go ahead.
21.
Alright, now make an investigation.
26.
You find a tree that has like a piece of paper rolled up with a nice little red bow. Actually, it's a green bow. And it's just sitting there in the tree.
I check it for traps. I'm not trusting this shit.
Go ahead and make another investigation as you kind of go over to see if it's trapped. Yeah, it
14.
looks safe.
I poke the scroll loose with my short sword.
You manage to kind of, like, the bow's kind of like attached to a branch to kind of hang it on, and you kind of poke at it and then kind of cut the ribbon enough to let it slide to the ground, and it floats down softly and then.
I take the scroll and return to the cabin, I guess.
Alright. So you got this scroll. Anything else anybody else is doing while he's out looking around?
I'll be talking to everybody, just being like, what now? What do we do now?
Well, that's entirely up to you, as Arya kind of speaks up for everybody else since she doesn't have the collar on her neck. As you kind of notice, Liana and Asmaria both have collars, but Arya, doesn't have one. She seems to be more free-willed here. And Crimsu's nowhere to be found at the moment. And she just tells you, you guys can leave if you want. We got this. Matter of fact, I wouldn't doubt it. They're here because you guys showed up.
It's not like we came by boats here. We came by teleports, so that there's like nowhere they could hitch a ride with us.
Arcana check from Oscarin. Anybody trained in Arcana can make a check.
So while they're doing their checks, I'm gonna be sort of rebuffing her. Like, yeah, it's not like we exactly planned to come here either.
I know. No, I'm sorry, I'm just mad. I get the sense that she's just lashing out to be lashing out. But, yeah, with those Arcana checks, the only thing you can do is, well, you could have said something at the beginning and asked for advantage, but nobody did. So you made independent checks, so therefore no. But, yeah, like, whatever Ninny does to, like, you think the divinations that she did in Timor might have done something. I mean, that's as close as you can get.
Is Nanny gonna be alright?
I don't know. Crimson must have overtaxed her spirit, so we're going to have to keep a close eye on her.
So I'm a cleric. If there's anything I can do, please let me know.
Does she
God,
know
I
any?
sound rough today.
You are.
Would I have been back already after finding the scroll?
Maybe about another minute or so. Zareth comes in as everybody's just kind of, what can I do to help? What's going on? And then Zareth, you roll in with the scroll, tied up with a nice green ribbon.
The woods are clear from what I can see. I found this scroll though tied up, and I think it is for Nini, and I hand it to. I forgot her name again. God damn it.
Area.
Arya?
Yeah, there's
Area, yeah.
there's a lot of new characters here, so I understand you can't keep up with them. It's fine. The orange-haired girl kind of picks it up, or pulls it from you, and you're just gonna hand it to her.
Yep.
Shouldn't you detect magic on that first, everyone? See if it might be cursed by accident?
I doubt it. Let's just read it.
Alright, Aria's like, yeah, screw this noise. She pulls the ribbon off and starts... And she starts to read. And I think we'll pick up on that next week.
We did it.
Yay! You did it.
Yay!
Yay for another railroaded encounter.
You're welcome.
That's not railroaded. It's been a while since we've
You-
seen Minerva. It was high time she paid
Yeah.
us a visit anyway.
And I am not gonna lie, you guys did really well in that adventure. I mean, those who went after and keeping the guard,
Yeah.
that's definitely important as well. So you kept them from advancing too much, but yeah, the the wizard was like at 30 health, and her contingency plan kicked in and vamped her away. And then
I wasn't going to fight until we had a dragon on our side, and I felt pretty confident.
yeah, I did kind of change.
I was more worried the dragon was gonna just fuck us all.
Well, if that damn breath weapon would have came back.
I was out of
behind
range.
the rock.
Oh, rock won't save you, dude. You could burn right through that if you're in the line of sight. Yeah, well, that's resistant, not immunity.
No, but it helps.
Yeah, it helps. Half
Yeah.
and half. Half and half. But, yeah. Welcome to Perinthia, everybody. I just wanted you to have a fun experience here. You know, reunite with old friends and then kindle some new flames.
I enjoyed it. I wish I'd,
Yeah.
wasn't actively dying.
Yeah, hearing you like that, I was like, well, we might want to conclude a little early, and it's getting close to time. And I was like, give me a little bit more time to rough out what's on that scroll, so I just don't spill into a storyline that I'm not ready for yet. So I'm gonna give that some thought this week.
You good?
Yeah, and then I figure that's a good spot. You know where Liana is now. You guys have access to Perinthia and its resources. And I know right now you're kind of like, should we leave? Should we go? I mean, they're unsafe, so figure out how we're going to deal with that next session as well. But, she was mentioning a deal before things went south. But, she still had to kick in a few chaotic notions. And with that, we will pick up on
Maybe now we'll have garnered a little respect since we did, in fact, give a good showing.
Like I
And
said,
the dragon certainly helped, but
Oh yeah, you guys are friends with a red dragon? Hold on. But yeah,
I wouldn't say friends,
well,
but
Crimsu's expensive to use for Nini, so it's not like he's a super asset. It's just the longer he's in that form, the weaker her. You know what? I won't go into it. There might be some way you can help her later. I don't know. But for now, you just can't quite figure it out. There's like too many threads around Nini that's like, what's her deal? Like, there's a lot of threads to untie, and you're gonna figure out if you can help her or if you're gonna hurt her or whatever. It's just up in the air right now. But yeah.
So, just so we know next week, what time of day is it?
We're getting close to, I would say about 6 in the evening, 6:30ish.
Okay.
So
Okay.
either you guys might want to lodge here for the night or head back to town. Which
just
really,
assuming Arya doesn't run us the fuck out.
yeah, she's got her own notions about you guys. So yeah. But
We got rooms in an inn, and it's about half an hour ride out, so we
yeah,
can just
you
go in
can,
there.
Yeah.
you can easily do that as well. But yeah.
With the horses.
So join us again next week, 12 p.m. Central. We'll pick up on our Perinthia arc. And then Wednesday night we got our revived campaign going on there, where a lot of them still managed to live. But
God knows how.
and
Really?
we got a direction to go. I
I
think.
was never in danger.
No, except for that fallen rock that came in after you jumped out of the hole. Yeah. But join us Wednesday at 7 p.m. for that. And during the week, whenever I have free time, I'll try to do some streaming. Lately been playing Tales of Berseria, so tune in for that. Do song requests during that time and just chill out, talk about campaign stuff. If anybody like you guys want to jump in the chat while I'm doing that, feel free, I don't mind. But yeah, I try to work on my voice acting, like for the other characters like Smithersmon and Visor and stuff like that.
Popped in for 10 minutes and I heard at least 3 different NPCs.
Yeah, I was working on Calic back then too. So, what'd you think of your pet fiend friend anyway?
Good, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I worked on him. But yeah, so join us again next week, 12 p.m. Central, and we'll get back into it. So with that, go ahead and say goodbye to Twitch.
Night,
Twitch.
And with that, where did it go? There it is. Do you hear the calling?